Those medical pills that push me over. I kill my fill 3 times a day. These ethanol fuels won't make me sober. One flame to take the pain away. I caught you lighting matches in the back room. Haters look mad when they pass you. Let's talk about run when it's past due. Raise a glass to know you don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone. Don't be so personal. Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up and go to sleep. Everyone's seen death in their dreams, but we still wake up from our sleep. I'll be home soon. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone. You don't gotta fight alone. Don't be so personal.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys had a wonderful, beautiful day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back again. Let me adjust the webcam as per usual. How's everybody doing? Hopefully all you boys are having a good one. It is a good day today. It is day for some motherfucking 5V5 1v1 duels, boys. Let's go. Alrighty. Oh, that's a good day, dude. That's a good day. I missed you, boys. I missed you. I had Thursday off, and then I had to take Monday off. So I haven't been streaming nearly as much this week, it feels like. But I missed you, boys. How's everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's having a good one. Yeah, we're just gonna start off with the good songs. How's everybody doing? We got ourselves Mac, Crypto, Feldman, DK, Swarley, Henrik, Blaine, Kenny, Crypto, Kuno. How's it going, everybody? How's it going, boys? Alrighty. Today is EU Duels, boys. But you already knew that. EU Duels always Friday. Saturday Duels are for NA. If you guys want to join either one of those, you're more than welcome to. We are going to be starting off the duels. And anybody and everybody is welcome for the duels. I'm actually logging onto US account real quick. Let me swap it to EU. Time to hang out with the boys. Привет, братик. Здорово, Voidball. Здорово, здорово, как дела? First time watching him live. What's up, Urban? How you doing, my man? We have missed you too. What's up, man? We're gonna be having a good. What's up, Snoopy? Hope you're having a good one, my man. What's up? Good evening. What's up, Size? How you doing, dude? Hey, Dal. DK new or eyes on them on Mr. GM channel. Hey, Dal, new DK eyes, seeing them on Mr. GM channel. I made a goddamn video for tomorrow about the DK eyes. Don't even worry about Mr. GM. Watch your boy, Dalaran, dude. Fucking Dalaran, man. Все хорошо, тебя как дела? Нормально, Voidals. Нормально, стрим начинаю. Get some Russian in the chat. He's like, yo, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Hope you're having a good one, basically is what he said. Alrighty, hit me up, boys, at PM if you guys got a group up and running right now. Also, we could join communities now. What communities you guys got on EU? Rebirth, PvP community. Hello, PvP fellas. BBO back in community form. First start recruiting 2K XP players from Legion. Make our great comeback in competitive arena RPG environment. That's a really serious goal. The Mighty 10. On the Mighty 9. That's you need 9 people to make it a 9. I'm just gonna fuck around, dude. Rest in peace. U30, welcome and die. Okay, I don't speak German. What? I actually got to join in? Wow, I got to join. Rest in peace. Rest in peace? Hold on. More like... Rest in peace. Rest in peace? More like rest in pieces. Leave community. Was that toxic? Was that toxic? I just fucking joined a community, said rest in pieces, and fucking bailed. What the fuck? Alrighty, boys, hit me up if you guys got a group up and running over on EU right now. I just had to refresh the game. I probably had a couple PMs. Re-PM me right now. Re-PM me real quick. Dika look strong. They look pretty good. One person needed for the group horde. Perfect, Mac. Hope you're having a good one, man. What class do you think is the best for twos right now? We'll stay for the 8.3 DK. Monk 100 DK most likely. Good for 2v2s. Monks are probably going to be really good for 2v2s as well. Whether you play healer or windwalker. Hunters as survival. I can see him do well in 2s too. Hey, my man. What's up, Dimitri? Hi, my man. Hope you're having a good one, dude. We got Swarley here, and we need... Never mind. Swarley got up. Are you gonna bring that into the duel, Swarley? The bloodthirsty urchin? Yo, that'd be fucking mean if you did that, dude. That's a hard hitting, that's a hard healing trinket. That's actually a very solid trinket for healing. Holy crap. That Raven got a group. Big damage. Alrighty, I think he's ready. Swarley, I don't know if you got a group or not, dude. We need another group right now, boys. Got Tasty. Yo, we haven't seen Tasty in a while, dude. We needed a shaboy in there, right? We needed a shaboy in there. We need that boy. Who got a second group, boys? Edicts of the Faithless. Wait, you got the Edict and the Bloodthirsty Urchin? I gotta use both of those in PvP. Edict Absorb is actually quite big in raids and dungeons. I don't know how good it is in PvP. We did have Nyx roam with it for PvP. And it looked like he had pretty good survivability for that one, man. We got a second group right now, boys. What's up, Charbel? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one, my dude. Hope you're having a good one, my man. Отличное знание русского языка. I'm really bad on my Russian, dude. Voidlords, я забываю мой русский. Но я пытаюсь как чуть-чуть по-русски говорить. I'm forgetting Russian so bad, dude. Woodwood down the line, happy game. What's up, Lee Jones? Hope you're having a good moment, man. Hey, Dal, thanks for our help with the transmog 2 days ago. Got unlocked now. Hey, man, awesome. Happy to hear that. Any alliance group? Night Raven, I think, got an alliance group, but they already are a 5-man ready to set and go. And we need a second group, boys. We need a second group of 5. Who got another one? Because we got Night Raven up with a group. We just need the second one, dude. We got a group up and running. If you guys want to join any of the groups, if there's any up right now for 5v5 1v1 duels, go to player versus player, premier group, custom PvP, hit find a group and type 5, enter, and you'll see some groups on the Horde. There's 2 groups right now for Dalaran 5v5 1v1, so you guys are more than welcome to join either one of them. If you don't see a group on your region, which is EU, on your faction, Alliance or Horde, you can always just start one. Call it something like Dalaran 5v5 1v1 like these guys did. And that's it. Get yourself 4 people, make it sure it's a group of 5. Have me add in real idea and I'll queue you guys against one another. Coming as my Demon Hunter today, pal. Yo, what's up, SL? How you doing, man? That's awesome, dude. Happy for ya. And your Horde, if we group, I got one more spot. Yo, there's a group of 2 with Rowan. If somebody from Rowan's group left, but I don't wanna tell them gotta leave. 5 people ready? Perfect. We're fucking ready, boys. Invite spectator match. Let's actually put Swarly over here, keep Lucio up here, nerf Lucio and Night Raven 5. I gotta play Fury again. Go for it, my guy. Go for it, my dude. What if you are you gonna play Volpero Fury Warrior? Because then you could be Fury Warrior, dude. You could be the triple threat, dude. Triple Fury, triple Furry, double Fury, double Furry, something like that. Alrighty. So Twitch, who do we got? We got actually a big old comeback by no other than our boy Tasty. Yo, what's up, my dude? Looking good, looking healthy, looking... I was gonna say, do you look taller? But... Dwarfs. Am I right? Dwarfs. Am I right? We got Tasty back in as Elemental Shaman. We also got Judo Master over here, Fortune. So double Monk threat with Aladon playing that Outlaw Rogue. And we also got Candy over here. What's up, my dude? We got Team Alliance. Has a little bit of a good, healthy mix of players. Plus 2 monks. But I also got a team with Carry. Alliance versus Alliance, actually. We got Carry here on this Fury. Fluffy in the back is a Beast Mastery. Raven playing what I think is a subtle team. Remuro on that Fury as well. And we got ourselves... how did you say the name? I remember you. You were in our guilds before. D, letter J, letter A, I, N, Z, A. Janar? Yo, I'm gonna call you a couple different names left and right, but if you guys hear Janar, Jane something, the Russian Demon Hunter, the Russian boy, the Ruskies, it's gonna be that guy. Raven actually getting a decent opener onto Judo Master with a kidney shot, not popping in any big cooldowns. It's gonna be Alexi. Trinket side of it a little bit late though, actually. Still locked out in Offensive Fury. Getting a couple of crystals back to Judo Master. That's gonna be covered with Touch of Death. Raven is gonna cloak her shadows and vanish. He's gonna deny that Touch of Death. He's gonna deny the damage from that Karma. And Judo, as long as he doesn't have any dots, then Raven should be good to go. Actually, that was not a trinket out of Judo yet. So at least Judo has a way to deal with the Vendetta. Gonna be just a little bit early for Raven as he got a mark for this. Where he there? Wasn't trying to get himself a big old kidney shot going. Actually, that's gonna be big damage onto Judo, but he's actually turned this around onto Raven. Barely any health left, and down he goes to one of the images after using that Vendetta. Look at those skulls emanating from Judo Master. It was so unlucky, Raven. He shadow stepped maybe a little bit too early. Shadow stepped into a Fist of Fury, man. If he just waited for that a little bit longer, he could at least got behind it, landed that kidney, at least force a trinket out of Judo. But then what's up is going to be Jane Czar, the Demon Hunter. Jane Czar, it's reading the Russian version and trying to translate it so hard, so I'll give you guys the American version, Jane Czar. That's as close as I can get. Gonna be a Touch of Death onto Jane Czar with the Lex before he's triggered it out of it immediately. He's gonna pop that blur into an imprison onto Judo, trying to suppress the amount of damage that Touch of Death is gonna do. Actually, Shadow melted it just to immune it completely. Well done. That's gonna be port for Judo as he's getting chased up by Jane. And Jane Czar is going to be on the approach. Really good, really well done, Shadow Melt. I really got to give the credit there. Going to be disarm a little bit early on the Demon Hunter. He's going to bail out, double Crucible onto Judo into an I-Beam. It's actually going to get interrupted and rooted for a second. Fist of Fury escaping that immediately with the Metamorphosis to follow. This way, Janesar has the opportunity to go ham bow, but that's going to be a karma to stop him in his tracks for a second. Using the stun, not to lock down the monk, but rather to keep him away from the karma. Trying to wait out. Looks like the karma is going to be gone. He does lose access to one of his trades, though, from the Eternal Palace, so that's going to be a little bit of damage. It's going to be kind of split out of his damage for a little bit as he gains that shield, but he still might be able to come back. Demon Hunters are still usually pretty tanky, pretty strong for these duels. We have 5 gun enough for Jiro as he gets himself a port away, just trying to hide that Metamorphosis as best as possible. Between the stun, between Incap, Fist of Fury, as well as Disarm, he actually has quite a good setup. Unless Janesar is going to be able to get himself quite a bit of damage to Jiro, is going to get him down to half his health. Actually, doesn't have Karma for a while. Jiro Master needs to be aware of his situation. It's not a good situation to be in. He doesn't have a single defensive. He does have wall coming up in about 5 seconds. Karma coming in about 37, and Janesar is just trying to stay aggressive as best as possible. You're getting hit with a disarm, but he's nowhere near to be starting his damage. That's going to interrupt Judo Master on his cast. 27 seconds left from the Karma. If he can just commit enough damage, get a stun onto Judo, he's actually going to be able to get a stun. Tricky coming out of Judo. If he can wait and rush out the Karma, 18 seconds left. Judo just needs to survive until the Karma before he can go for the big damage. Try to go with the ring a little bit around the corner, and Janesar is going to try to reposition himself. 10 seconds left on the Karma. Looks like Judo is going to be able to survive it long enough. Does get a pre-wall rolling here just to extend his life just a little bit longer. Janesar is going to have to play a lot more defensive right now. Judo is going to increase his health right now with Touch of Death coming in. Does Janesar have the Shadow Melt to deal with this? Dropping in Darkness, hoping Darkness does the trick for him. Actually rushes out of the Darkness with his Shadow Melt. Will have that Shadow Melt every time for that Touch of Death, but a Touch of Karma is going to be coming in. He's going to have to bail out of that. No Metamorphosis available unless he can get the I-beams up and running. He's going to use the Crucible onto Jiro. I think it's maybe a little bit early too. So, well, no, it seems like the damage over time is doing quite a number on Jiro. That's going to be Fist of Fury trying to log down, but the Russian Demon Hunter is going to bail out of there for just a second. Jiro no longer with the Fist of Fury. He's still down on defenses right now. Janesar could turn this around. He does have Rain from above, so you could actually go for a little bit of a range damage setup right now. Jiro is going to pour it out of the Janesar is on his trail. ASAP is going to use yet another Crucible Ring. Is hopefully going to try to disconnect those two for a second. Vivify's coming out for Judo, and Janesar is having a little bit of trouble on the other side with this ring. Can he still take down Judo Master? Judo has nothing left except for Fist of Fury, maybe a disarm, maybe an incap. That's about all he's got. Janesar looking still very healthy, trying to get himself more resources rolling with all that fury. Gonna be a dampen harm for Judo. Is that gonna be enough? Trick gets out of it actually, or he gets out of the stun a little bit early. He's gonna get a leg sweep onto Janesar, force the trick out of him. I-beam coming out by the Demon Hunter. Incap comes in, and Judo is back up to the same situation. It's the deja vu situation. Just gotta last long enough for that Karma yet again. Is gonna pop a wall and try to see if he can bail away from Janesar. Try not to get interrupted though. 13 seconds left on that Karma. Can he survive long enough? Maybe even turn the damage around onto Janesar. Trying to see if he can use port to leverage everything. He's got 5 seconds left on that Karma. If he's able to live for that Karma long enough, he might be good enough. Stun coming out right now to him. He does have Karma. Trying to spam it right now. That Karma is going to be instantaneous. Actually decide not even to Karma. Immediately it's going to be Karma into that I-beam. And Judo could go just finish off the Demon Hunter if he could give it another go. Janesar is trying to do everything he can not to hit into that Karma. Trying to send a couple fell lances at Judo right as he tries to escape. And that's going to be 5 minutes in. 4% dampening. Rolling into 5. And Janesar and Judo have been going at it for quite a while now. Janesar is super low in health. Does Judo have a trinket? Janesar, he will actually go down if he cannot land a stun, I-beam, and recover some health onto Judo. Needs to use Crucible defensively as best as possible. Incap comes in, leg sweep to follow. Does he have a trigger for it? I think Judo might just have it here. And Judo does take him out with a blackout kick as the very last global. Carry is going to be up next, having to deal with Judo Master. Fury Warrior versus Monks. That's going to be just the worst setup. If he can get through Judo, he might stand a chance against Fortune right after. Gonna be does someone to carry immediately. What a weird charge. He just zigzagged back and forth for Judo. What a pathing. I like that though. It looks kind of cool. Big leap. Doesn't get to meet up with Judo. Judo's actually gonna bail out of there, spam those Vivifies as much as he can. I think Carry is playing Stormbolt though. Otherwise, I think we would have seen Carry get a charge in a couple times. here and there. Gonna be Fist of Fury. Carry's gonna get a Stormbolt. We do know he's running Stormbolt. This way, Carry's gonna go. Ooh, unleashing huge damage right now without even cooldowns rolling. Got himself a pretty big rampage pretty early on with a Blaze to follow. Big charge onto Judo. Try to see if you can get an interrupt. Gonna be a touch of death onto Carry with a fear onto Judo. He drink inside of it immediately. Carry needs to get a slower to disarm onto Judo Master. At least he's not gonna lock him down in the Fist of Fury. Gonna be under raw trinket to leverage Carry for a little bit here. Does trinket out of that leg sweep immediately. Fist of Fury coming out right now. Is going to be able to use Bloodthirst to at least get himself movement reduction removal. So Fist of Fury locks you down and you're unable to move anywhere because you're super slowed, but Bloodthirst will remove it completely. So you can Bloodthirst the enemy, even if he gets parried, Bloodthirst will still remove any slow. So if you get Fist of Fury by a monk as a Fury Warrior, face him, Bloodthirst, you'll get parried and walk in the other direction. You'll walk out of Fist of Fury every single time, unless the monk is already walking in that same direction. So most monks, they're hoping that they can lock you down for a little bit. You can hit it with a slow, Bloodthirst, walk out of it. So that could help him out. It's going to be karma available not for a minute for Judo. He's going to get himself dampened harm right now. It's going to reduce a portion of the damage. It's not a consistent defensive, but it's decent. Going to be a Stormbolt onto that Fist of Fury. Does Carry get himself a big rampage here. Getting hit with the disarm immediately. Needs to get himself huge rampage and some big effective damage onto Judo. That's what he needs to be doing every time he wants to win these. But that's going to be actually a full root onto Carry as Judo just escapes, trying to buy himself 30 seconds if he can for that next karma. 8 minutes in, however, 20% dampening. Those heals are going to become more or less obsolete after a while. Got his images up and running a little bit early. Carry backed out of it. Good thing he was mounted. Judo was hoping to maybe get some big damage out. He's going to at least get a full VO5 to get some calm points of or chi off of him if anything. But at least Carry is gonna be able to wait out for those cooldowns. Gonna be a trinket for Judo Master. In capital Carry, he does Zerker Rage out of it, and Judo Master trying to roll away. Is gonna get himself a small heal, trying to go for a port, I think, or maybe trying to see if he can get a boop off of Carry. He does land it. Gonna be a leap for Carry back onto the bridge. Judo gonna re-disarm him. Carry needs to get himself a good setup right now. This way actually gonna be a disarm with Judo, so he doesn't get hit with the Fist of Fury. So he's actually able to go into full rampage. Karma coming out is gonna have to get away from it as ASAP. Recklessness is up for Carry. Needs to make the most off of that damage. Looking to maybe engage with Judo Master right after that. Karma is down. Stormbolt onto Judo Master. Does he have a big rampage? He does have huge rampage. Huge damage to unload onto Judo immediately. Touches that's coming out onto Carry. Judo Master is hoping to maybe go for a wall, hoping to maybe get a big old one shot onto Carry. Carry is going to increase his own health right now with Rallying Cry. And Judo played very, very aggressively there. That is a wall, not used for defensive, I mean some uses, but it's to increase his health pool, so that Touch of Death, because it's based off of the monk's health pool, the base damage. He was hoping to get a big old all-in onto Carry, but I fear it does stop him. Trinket early for Carry, right as he gets hit with a leg sweep though. So that's very unfortunate. Carry landing a Stormbolt on Judo. Does he get a big setup right now? Huge. That's going to be his Enrage Regeneration coming out. Pretty high on dampening though. 9 minutes in. 29 minutes. Judo Master is rolling up to Carry. This is Carry's opportunity here to come back. No karma for 30 seconds. Can he take down Judo Master in those 30 seconds? Going to be dampened harm for Judo Master to last those 30 seconds with a Tiger's Loss right now. Ring a piece to boop Carry away. Doesn't get a leap, but a Dragon Kick is going to separate these two for a second. Vilifies are coming out for Judo. Back to back, but he still doesn't have the big defensive. Needs to get himself a port set up or something ahead of time. Trying to run and do what he can. Gonna be a mount out for Carry. Zerker raging out of that one. Gonna be a port. Waiting for the Zerker Rage to dismount Carry for a second before he lands the port. 3 seconds left for the karma. Perfect opportunity for Judo to come back. He just tried to avoid Carry as best as possible, and Carry to this point just do a little bit of a dance. Stormbolt coming out onto Judo. He does pre-karma it very, very early. Gonna be a charge back to Judo. Fist of Furies are coming out. He's gonna land a slow onto Judo. Leg sweep onto Carry. He's still doing just fine. Judo does not have the damage to follow up here. Could be getting a touch of death sometime soon though. That's going to be a Dragon Kick to separate these two. 10 minutes in, and Judo so far is having a hard time breaking into Carry right now, into the tough exterior that is the Warrior. But Carry, he so far has damage, he has the defensives, he has everything he needs. He just cannot quite catch up to Judo Master at the time. Look at that root. It's going to pour that way and get himself a couple of Vilifies. So hard to catch up to. Does let a fear before that happens. Into Reckless is going to be a wall for Judo Master. Blade Storm coming out for Carry in case it was going to be Fist of Fury or maybe a Disarm. Disarm onto Judo Master right now. Carry is hit with a Touch of Death right now. That's going to be huge damage. Judo is trying to min-max it. Barely any health left for Carry. Doesn't even get a Bloodthirst in right now. And Judo Master does take him out. Reverse it around onto the Warrior with a big old Touch of Death, and Carry is basically dead meat. Who is up next? It looks like it's going to be Judo Master versus either Rimuru, and it looks like it's going to be Rimuru. And that is Fluffy. Has this really been 3 people by Judo Master alone? Yo, Jiro, dude, I feel like Jiro, he's doing good. Cannot get taken away from him. I feel like he's struggling a little bit on damage sometimes. Like, it's really hard to lock someone down. But that was so well played against Carry. It feels like Carry's the one that has to jump hoops, but it looks like Jiro even had to jump hoops just to keep ahead of Carry the whole time. Let's see if Remura has an easier time with us, though. Also playing Fury Warrior, got his Lumberjack Transmog. So if you're wearing your Lumberjack Transmog, you have to chop this monk up, right? You have to chop him up like a tree. I mean, it's not a Rested Druid, but it still should be just as effective. Gonna be Fist of Fury, locking down Remura. He doesn't have anything left to follow up that Fist of Fury with a disarm, though. That is just aggressive. And Remura catches himself at a below 50% health. Karma coming out super early for Judo. He's just hoping Remura just nails himself with that Karma, just trails it down. Remura trying to bail away. He's gonna get a charge. Does he get Enrage Regeneration going? He does get it going a little bit late. Incap on him. Isn't gonna Zerka Rage. Zerka Raging though very late, and Judo is just way out of there. Not even letting Remura grab himself a single heal. Guardian of Azeroth is up for the Warrior, getting himself a commanding shot rolling, but is that gonna be enough? Jumping off the platform. I don't think that's what he meant to do. And the Guardian's there, but he's just kind of staring at Judo. Now he's going doing damage. Now he's spiking Judo. That's going to be fewer to separate these two. Going to be charged by Remura, but he doesn't have a lot of health left. Going to be early trinket by Judo. And even though he's disarmed, he can't disarm the legs, though. You can disarm the arms, but not disarm the legs. He stopped the Fist of Fury, but you won't stop the rest of the damage. So disarm shouldn't be there just to stop the damage. To be like, halt! You can't hit me anymore. No. You have to use it for that Fist of Fury in particular. Going to be Fluffy. Does he? He didn't trinket that incap, did he? Haymaker coming out of Jin. He actually positioned himself behind the wall right now, so he didn't go flying off in the other direction. Second stun coming out. It is going to be DR for him. And Fluffy's getting quite a bit of damage onto Judo. Does also have the Guardian of Azeroth, Touch of Death coming in onto the Hunter. But he cannot get caught up to... Judo's having such a hard time catching up to Fluffy. I didn't get to mention this for a second, but as he was going up the ramp with the Tar Trap hitting him, Fist of Fury was up, but didn't quite chase, and now Fluffy is the one with cooldowns rolling. But as long as the pet doesn't have line of sight, he can't really get those big kill commands in it. He can't get the pet frenzied up. So all he can really do is now just buy himself a little bit of time, get himself a heal, needs to stop the healing from Judo, as he's going to Dragon Kick to close the gap with Fluffy. Lexi, that's not going to be maybe a trick. This is going to be a trick a little bit late with the Karma to follow from Fluffy. Is he going to continue doing damage right now? This is where Karma needs to stop doing damage. He's just backpedaling. Charter Shell coming out as the last ditch effort. This man needs to stop backpedaling. That's not how you get... If you're trying to just back away from an enemy and trying to gain some distance, you don't want to backpedal. That is a terrible move. That's going to be a survival of the fittest, but if this man fit... Not by his BMI, gonna be a disarm onto Fluffy. He does get the kill commands back-to-back stun into Judo. The chick inside of it, and Fluffy does get taken out by Judo. That's a big old 1v5 by this monk. And you know what? It felt like the monk was struggling a little bit here and there. That healing by monks are just insane, dude. That healing is just so insane. But you know what? I feel like he earned it. I know. We got a lot of monks 1v5ing everybody on the channel. But it felt like that guy really deserved it, you know? It felt like he was struggling. It felt like it was his fight to lose. And he didn't want to lose. Alright, who do we got? We got Rowan. We got Night Raven. Alright, let's get you boys going, yeah? If we got Rowan and Night Raven ready, I'm going to get you guys going. Lots of guys on Night Raven's team. Oh, wait. Max. Yeah, I got to get Mac in here. Night Raven, I know we didn't get a lot of people on your team that got to play, but I got to get Mac a group, man. I gotta go to new people, man. I gotta give him a chance. Rowan got 3 new people that we've never seen before. Hell yeah, boys. Hell yeah, I like that. Where's my mouse? Wait, hello? Oh, there it is. Okay, my mouse got caught on my other monitor. Ah, shit, dude. Okay, what is that, 41? Oh my god, dude, 41. Let's go. Now, how's it going, my homie? What's up, Will? Hey, my man. I'm having a good one. What's up, Chris here? All these monks play the same hit and run a few times to spend 2 minutes below humping. Dude, that's how you're supposed to play a monk. I blame the game. I don't blame the player, man. Hey, he played his class how he's supposed to, but you know what? What can I do about it, right? What am I supposed to do? Be like, no, stand and fight. You lose as a monk if that happens. Switch. I thought Carry really had him on the ropes, man. Carry had him on the ropes. But he had Fist of Fury, Disarm, Incap, everything, dude. He had the full shindig. Maybe even had to take a trigger to let him survive a little bit longer. Hard to tell. But we're going to have ourselves on Team Red. Big Papa Pap. We also got Dumpling in the back. Oh, what is that? Effect above his head. I don't know what it is, but this man's looking like a samurai. We got Loopy Hunt as well. We got Morgar going up first. And it's going to be Nyxros. There's a Frost DK in the back on team blue. We got ourselves Bobo Chick. You got ourselves DBGS. We got Hamburger, Ragnarok, and Beast. We're gonna call him Beast, okay? That's gonna be a lot of beasts. He has a dog named Sabaka. That is the Russian word for dog. It's a Sabaka. How do you say puppy in Russian? I forgot. It's gonna be opened up by Bobashik onto Mordgar, who played that sub into a wall with thorns right now. Mordgar maybe might want to be a little bit more careful with those thorns right now. That's a lot of damage. Second bash, Mordgar super low in health is gonna go for a little bit of evasion right now, trying to heal himself heal. Bobashik getting hit with a blind, not shrinking out of it. Mordgar, are you gonna run away, not sap him? Oh, he's actually just gonna disengage completely. He doesn't want none of that. He wants to get himself a big old reset, man. You got bleeds in you. The Pharaoh leaping around top of him. No stuns because of Super DR. Cheap shot onto Bobashik. Does get a mark for death in there. This is where Mordgar is in a bad place. Might want to vanish this a little bit early. Does get a vanish out, but the bleeds are still rolling and down he goes. No! Bobashik got himself a nice opener on the guy. Into an opener onto Nyx right afterwards. Got some bleeds and bail out of that. Nyx, my man. Look at you with that underrot trinket. He's trying to go for a little bit of a healer playstyle against this Feral. He doesn't want his bleeds to do work on the guy, which is actually going to be quite good. As the Feral puts bleeds and resets on you, it's going to be like, whoa, those bleeds are proccing out your underrot, which the bleeds are doing good damage, don't get me wrong. But the underrot trinket will re-heal the bleed damage, which will be just simply stronger. And right... I don't know, man. It's going to be tough. Bobashik popping wall a little bit early. He is playing the bleed playstyle. He is, I think, trying to go for an Azeroth trade where after using survival of the fittest, survival instincts, he gets himself a massive amount of mastery and armor. And look at the melting that's happening to Nyxros. He's at half health with bleeds alone. Oh my god. This man is actually using wall offensively. So that's going to be a little bit tough for him to come back. When he needs that wall as a defensive, it's going to be almost impossible. But I like the playstyle he's going for. He's going for this bleed heavy playstyle. Nyx is still just taking down so much damage. Having to go for a death pack a little bit early. Bobashik might just have to save those walls and go for a little bit more sustained playstyle against Nyx. He's trying to go for a full bleed playstyle though, so I really got to give him credit. We don't see Pharaohs going for full bleeds. It's usually bites and treads and a lot of that. Some kiting around, most of Crucibles, but that's going to be stunned to Bobashik. AMS available for Nyxros to deal with the thorns for a little bit. Is going to go for a little bit of a transfusion just to get himself a little bit of a heal. Sometimes you get wrapped up in more words when it gets super fast about it. Bobashik is just looking just to let the bleeds do the work. He's going to get in, maybe get himself some more bleeds, trying to go for a big old bite. Bash into Nyxros, does get a big old bite in there. The bleeds are doing work. Does he have Crucible? Is that what he's going for? Probably should be going Crucible if that is his trade of choice. And that's going to be Nyx trying to keep Bobashik next to him. Intro route to separate these two. Nyx is bleeding out. The underrot trinket is not doing as many procs as he was hoping though. The underrot trinket would be huge. If you just get lucky with the underrot trinket procs, like Demon Hunters usually are, you can get so much healing back because those bleeds stick down. They do a little damage, and then underrot just re-heals you for free, and they can proc back to back. Gonna be Nyx with a Lichborn right now, trying to get to Bobo, and Bo is nowhere to be found. He's just way out of there in Africa, man. Is way out there. Gonna be a Nyx. Has Lichborn, so that's a minute cooldown in order to get out of stuns. He does have deathback coming in 30 seconds or so. He's gonna have a way to deal with the Feral. Does hit him with a stun before Bobashik gets himself a nice opener, and this is a perfect opportunity for Nyx finally to go for some damage. AMS for those thorns, so Bobo can't even convince Nyx to get off his back for a second. Transfusion to follow for Nyx. This is where Nyx needs to get himself a massive remorseless winter rolling, and looks like he's actually starting to get a little bit of consistent damage up and running as he got himself a Pillar Frost rolling. Gonna be a Rude Grip in the Feral next to him. Actually gonna be Bobo trying to see if he can bail away. He's gonna go for a little bit of a power shifting, get himself some hots rolling. And Nyx caught up on a lot of health. Bobo does have wall up and running very soon. I think he just used the wall defensively against Nyx though, but he might be able to use that wall for more bleeds back up. Lichborn coming out for Nyx. He basically just gotta, and there goes that underrot proc, man. Look at that. All those bleeds starting to do work. Bam, underrot. And that can proc for every single damage ability he's got going on, but it's going to be really a cat and mouse game, although Bobo is more the mouse rather than the cat in this relationship for now. Looking to catch himself a reset. with the disease he's got for the Frost DK, the Frost Fever. It's going to be tough. Trinket for both of these two coming out. Bobo is going to get a trinket, but it's a 3-minute trinket, though. The next time you say that, every time he hangs out with Nyxos, it makes it harder and harder to deal with. Is going to get himself a big old Thorns up and running. Got some big damage on Nyx, but a big Death Strike is all it took for him to separate. Spamming Chain of Ices, that's all he's got going on. Bobo going in for the wall, trying to leverage the Master Bleed damage right after this wall. If he can get the most damage right now into Nyx and peel away comfortably and safely, he might be able to do something. Big Death Strikes coming out for Nyx. The stronger you hit the Death Knight, the harder they heal, and Bobo cannot get away from this Death Knight at all. Trying to go for power shifting. Nyx does have a grip and does have a stun. That's all he's really got going on. He's going to use Crucible right now onto Bobo. He needs to get himself quite a bit of healing, though. If Nyx can somehow catch up to Bobo right here in a single stun, that could actually be the game. So the next time he get it going, he's mounted up immediately, trying not to get him with a stun. Still going to happen. Lichborn is going to get him out. Stun into Bobo. But do you have the damage? Big transfusion coming out for Nyx. With Thorns to follow, doesn't have AMS. That's going to be quite a bit of damage. Needs to be aware of it. Death Strikes are going to be huge here. On-the-run Chicken Proc and Bobo sitting at about half his health. This is where for Nyx, his grips and stuns are going to be very, very important. Trying to maintain line of sight of Bobo. Trying to save that grip until later. Didn't get a grip around the corner. Looks like Bobo might just be able to get out of this scot-free. Nyx so far hasn't really been feeling the pressure yet. Only 8% dampening. That's going to be yet another open up by Bobo. That's why Nyx has to go long. Whoa, my God. What is that bleed? I just looked at Nyx for like a second, and now he's at half health, having to burn Death Bag, but he's fine, dude. That Death Bag, you would think like, whoa, that's a pretty big cooldown. You know what? By the time Bobo actually opens up on him, there's not going to be any necrotics, so Bobo's going to take his sweet time. Look at that. By the time Nyx even needs to heal, trying to see if he can land the opener, does not get it. Nyx is learning stun onto Bobo. This is where Nyx can go for big damage. Is going for transfusion. I would have gone for maybe more offensive pressure. It's going to be Thorns right now. Does get a Crucible rolling onto the Feral Kitty Cat. This is where Nyx got himself a little bit of a Pillar of Frost rolling. This way he can get himself a huge setup with Remorseless Winter. Double Crucible coming out into Bobo. Does get a grip on him. Does he have a stun? He does not. And Bobo is going to have a trinket for the next one. Bobo actually trying to see if he can save those walls for mastery buff. He has one available. He has a second one coming up very, very soon. It's going to be a big stone onto the next arrows. Doesn't go for the wall right here. He doesn't go for survival instincts. He just wants to get the bleeds. He got Lichborn out. He's going to wait him out. 7 minutes in, though, dude. This is the worst pillar for him right now, man. This is the worst pillar for the guy. But you know what? I got to give this Feral credit. I have not seen a Feral play a full bleed playstyle using survival instincts for a bleed combo in a while. What's Nyx doing? He's like, I don't want pillars. Nope, you coming to me if you don't want pillars. Feral, if you want to win this duel, you got to come to me. Wait, can Nyx hit the bug? Can he Death Strike at that bug or something? Or is that not gonna happen? Looks like Bobo decided, you know what? I'm gonna take the bait. He's gonna pre-wall this right now. He's gonna get the strongest bleeds right now onto Nyx. Hopefully there's no Lichborn to follow up. Stun onto Bobo. He triggers out of it immediately. Gonna be Thorns up and running into a big Death Strikes for Nyx. Is gonna be able to survive this. The AMS is no longer available for those Thorns. Bash to Nyx. Hopefully Bobo has huge bleeds on him right now. Underrod Trinket is proccing. That's gonna be a root. That Underrod Trinket is gonna... He just left. Nyx just left. Nyx just rage quit on the guy. He was done. He was actually done. Oh no, Nyx! Nyx is super tank as a Frost DK too, man. He was done. Death Strikes, dude, they do a lot of damage. Death Strikes did do a huge amount of healing. I didn't think he was gonna leave instantly, man. Death Strikes do a lot of healing, but they heal based on the damage you take. So the Feral can get the bleeds and then back away, let like a couple seconds last for a little bit. Then you might be able to get away from him. But yeah, ridiculous. Bobo is just gonna wait out. Oh, actually leaping in on top of Loopy Hunt. Is he gonna just go for a full bleed playstyle? Looks like he got all bleeds up and running with a big old bite into Loopy. He does get himself a heal, but with that last duel lasting as long as it did, 26% dampening, and Loopy is actually just... I can't say he's melting, but his health isn't really going up. His health is definitely not going up. He's having to use acceleration here a little bit early. Bobo never was able to get himself a full opener. Could go for a wall here. Try to see if he can just one-shot Loopy Hunt without having to actually do anything, without having to pop a wall. It looks like that might be enough damage. Big old bite. And down goes the Hunter. Big stun by Duplin. He's trying to see if he can get a big old one shot onto Bobo. Gonna be a war sound for a second, and Bobo is gonna get himself a wall up and running. This way he needs to get the bleeds going for the warrior. Gonna be a fear onto Bobo as he gets himself thorns up and running. And is Duplin gonna go for a charge? Actually, Duplin's the one playing very defensive here. Going to be a mastery buff for Bobo right now. If you can get those bleeds up and running onto Duplin a little bit early, this bleed should actually start doing a lot of work. 31% dampening. Duplin needs to get himself some heals onto Bobo. And looks like the mastery buff wasn't quite perfect. I don't think Bobo got himself the strongest bleeds possible. But if he can get himself a huge rip and rake, maybe even a thrash, and a crucible procs, that'd be enough, man. That'd be enough. He probably should be playing the procky Feral build, I think, in that case, so he doesn't have to use his wall for a master buff. Stun coming out onto Bobo, he took us out of it. Bash to Duplin, is going to get some dots rolling onto Duplin. Thorns are up as Bobo uses Crucible defensively. That's going to be a full dots up and running. Duplin's actually going to break out of that root for a second. Kid still cannot hit those thorns right now. Leap onto the Feral, is keeping him combat at least, but that's going to get him another tick of those thorns. And Duplin is sitting at about half-ish health right now. Regrowth spamming available for Bobo, and he's looking for another reset with Duplin. Duplin, does he have a stun? He does, so he needs to get himself a big old stun. He needs to go for a fake out with this Feral. I feel like he basically just needs to whirlwind him out at the right time. Does land a Storm Bolt onto Bobo. That is going to be a nice beefy rake up and running onto Duplin as a pretty big bleed. He's going to be able to heal through it though for a while. He's got it. Roots are going to separate these two, and Bobo did he get a full setup going with dots? It looks like he did. Duplin is going to start taking damage. That's exactly what Bobo is going for. It's a hit and run playstyle. He's just going to hit you with some roots. For Duplin, having Reflect might have been a really good idea. Does he have Blaze Storm too? I think he does not. I think he is rolling Dragon's Roar. So having Blaze Storm would have been amazing. Maybe double charge would have been better than even having a stun against the Feral, just so you can maintain your position on the Feral at all times. Going to be a full setup and a Rude as he gets him with a stun. Bobo learning from these stuns. Enrage Regen still is available to Duplin. Oh, Bobo juking him out. Lead back for Duplin. Gets a charge in. Does still snag himself a little bit of a heal. Wall up and running for Bobo though. Bobo Shake trying to get those bleeds up and running. Making a big old bite. Thorns are up. Duplin does not have Reflect for it. Try to see. Oh, Crucible taking him out at the very end. And Big Papa Pap is the last man standing on Team Red. Good luck, my guy. Hopefully you have a slightly different setup than Duplin. Is he just gonna wait? I guess he's just gonna wait for the Feral maybe. Hope he doesn't give up, dude. I want him to play. Oh no, right? I see Papa Recklessness. The root comes out. And Big Papa Pap looking to re-engage with the Feral. Is he even going to be able to? Took quite a bit of damage in the opener there. But the Blades, look, the Blades themselves are not doing the most amount of damage. Like if Boba Shock had that wall opener and he got a massive Bleeds with big mastery onto Papa Pap, let this Bleeds like Snapshot to the master and all the other buffs, that could have been huge. Boba Shock just trying to get himself more setup. Thorns are up for Big Papa Pap. Does he have Reflect by any chance? Reflect and then Rampage could be huge. He's actually going to get a root onto Papa, but still, those Thorns are shredding through the guy. The Blades are doing quite a bit of number 2. And Boba looking to get away. Didn't quite land it. Going to be a charge for Papa Pap. Huge Enrage Regeneration. Snagged himself a bunch of healing. Maybe does he have double charge? He does have double charge. So this man is actually going to be able to stay on this Feral a lot longer. Boba should try to get a big old bite onto Big Papa Pap. And is going to be able to separate these two. Again, not letting the Bleeds really do work. And one Crucible for Big Papa should be able to hold him up against his Bleeds for a little bit. Double Crucible too. So he should be seeing some recovery. Needs to stay on Boba as best as he can. I think disengaging from the Feral and just letting him catch a reset is not a good idea. Sitting here like a stump, probably not a good idea too. Maybe at least change your position. Trinket onto that first rake. Wall coming out for Bobo. Thorns are up and running. Big Papa does get a Reflect, but didn't even matter. And the Feral does take him down. Full bleed build by the looks of it. I gotta give him credit, dude. I gotta give him credit. Bleed build as a Feral. I know. A lot of you guys are like, but Dale, all he did is open up with Bleeds, root, and run. That is how they play. But when's the last time you've seen? When's the last time you've seen that playstyle, dude? That's some Cataclysm playstyle, dude. I like that, dude. I like that. That was at least something different from Feral. Yeah, it's same old with Ferals, but yeah. We didn't get to play. I know, dude. Blame Boba. Blame Boba. Alright, well, let's get a new one going. I think what we could do is we could get Night Raven and whose team was it? Was it Max team with that Feral? I could put Night Raven versus that team with a Feral, man. You know what I mean? Only Boba got to play. No mind here. One has to go. One had to leave, so 4 out of 5. Alrighty. Yo, Ruben, if you get a +1, I'll queue you against Night Raven. Boba had to leave. Tell Boba to come back to verse against Night Raven. I want to see Boba versus Night Raven, dude. I want to see him go against their boys. That's unfair. Night Raven had a guy who went for 1v5. Ruben had a guy for 1v5. You guys can have those guys go first, too. To see who has the better 1v5. Who got the better 1v5er? We can get Liam too. Hey, Dal, we have a group, but the function up, we are already on our plate. Northleash is ready. Max is ready. Mac, I think, just got a plate, so we can get Northleash and Limp and Liam. And then we can get a Rowan and Night Raven after, yeah? Let's do that. Limp and Liam and Nerf Lucio. But please, no Feralito. No Ferals. Yeah. Gonna link my armory here. Boba, you can link it on Discord. YouTube chat, it won't let you, unless you're a mod or something. Yo, my man, what's up, dude? Sorry for the maybe born playstyle. You know what, Boba? I appreciated the bleed heavy playstyle of the Feral. I personally appreciate the bleed heaviness of it, dude. What do you call that build? Okay, I was gonna make a joke, I'm not gonna do it, dude. I was gonna make a joke, but I'm not gonna do it. I hold back. I'll let you guys know I thought about something dumb that made me laugh. But I'm not gonna say it out loud. Hell no. Bro, since Kato always relied on bleeds, I like that, dude. Discord, you can pop yourself on Discord, man. Yo, somebody give him a mod. Give him a roll for champs so people can hit him up. That's a big old 1v5, dude. Gotta give it to him. And we got ourselves Team Blue with Limp Hands with Mummy Kazar? Mummy. We got Olag in here. Zakati coming back as an Unholy Death Knight. And Zar. Let's just call you Zar. Versus Team Red with Carrie. We got Fluffy in the back. We got Raven on Spider. We got Rimuru going up first by the looks of it, and we got Jay and Zar Rimuru versus Mummy. Is that what I call it? I guess we call him Mummy. Oh, Marksman Hunter. Trying to get an aim shot rolling, actually getting caught out by Rimuru a little bit early into a freezing trap off the bat. He got himself some nice glow sticks, some maces. Mummy looking to get a big old aim shot onto Rimuru is going to get him into a root. Rimuru actually cannot escape. It does roll Dragon's Breath. That's going to be a big old rapid fire onto Rimuru. He does have himself the Andorra Trinket though. That's going to be a big old leap, and Mummy is going to try to bail out of the next charge. Is going to put him in a bad spot. Aim shots are still coming out into a scatter shot onto Rimuru. Aim shot right after. Still trying to get those aim shots and rapid fire. It's going to be a big old bike onto either Mummy or either Rimuru, and Rimuru is the one trying to get some big damage. Going to be turtle shell up really early though, as Mummy was taking quite a load of damage from the pets. And actually both of the pets are fighting each other over there, as you can see. Mummy getting hit with a Stormbolt, needs to pull the pet back to give him a defense right now. He needs it right here. Is going to disengage from Rimuru for a second. Disarm onto Mummy as he goes for a rapid fire. This way he needs to get freezing traps or anything to separate those two. Gonna be fading death for a second, and does get a root onto Rimuru. Rimuru, literally any attack is going to take out Mummy. Does get himself a little bit of a heal. I guess it's going to be a little bit of a Warlock Hellstone. Needs to get some sort of a defense. No, Execute comes out. If only Marksman Hunters had a pet stun. I feel like they would be in such a better spot. Or maybe they had some sort of a stun on their own, even without a pet. Then they would have had a much better style of play. But that's going to be a little bit unlucky. Rimuru taking him out with quite ease. And Zakati's going to get the Abomination in the army, rolling into Rimuru, surrounding the guy, hitting him with a bunch of necrotics back to back, not giving him a lot of health to really work with. Does get himself an Enrage Regeneration heal, and still more necrotics trying to suppress any kind of healing. The Andorra Trinket is going to do quite a lot for him. Going to be a big old disarmer to Zakati. Still has the Army of the Dead rolling right now, and looking for that big transfusion. Going to try to see if he can recover some health. Rimuru needs to realize he does have charges, and he can use them onto Zakati's pets. Charge heal off of the pet is going to be better than nothing. Rimuru though getting necrotic out little by little. Stormbolt and Zakati. Does he have a way of escaping out of this though? He's trying to recover a little bit of health. He's doing quite a bit. It's going to be a big old grip as he goes for a leap. Does not get to go anywhere, and down he goes. Zakati taking him out with a big old execute. Well, not a really literal execute. And with a death coil, that's enough of an execute, right? Carry's up next. He's getting offensive ASAP. Reflect for Zakati in case it's going to be a DK stun, I guess. And this is where Zakati needs to get the pets up and running. Needs to maybe get some kiting going for Carry. Carry is using that, Blade Storm right now just to keep himself mobile. Stormbolt and Zakati does have Lichborn for it though. Also, I just realized Lichborn is so much bigger on Worgen than it is on Goblins. Because Nyx is a Goblin, he would use Lichborn like a little skull, little bitty cute skull above his head. But with Zakati, it's like a big old lich. Big old lich face above his head. Gonna be Carry with the entourage ticket to Zakati. No matter how many necrotics you slot into that guy, it's gonna be hard for you to recover. And Carry needs to go every single time he has a big old rampage. Needs to go and do the most amount of damage. Stormbolt and Zakati, maybe this way he can go for big damage, trying to avoid the abomination. So he's really just playing games around Zakati. Does force a safety chicken out of him, so it could be really close in the execute range. Trying to get away from Zakati. It's actually going to kite that abomination for as best as he can, at least keeping himself away from that thing. And Zakati is getting close to the execute range right now. Transfusion coming out is going to be able to get a couple of those good death strikes in. Quite a huge recovery for the guy too. Abomination does come down, and that's going to be Carry versus Zakati. Necrotics are trying to stack up, and Carry is able to heal through them before Zakati really gets to snowball those necrotics on Carry, as execute is almost available onto Zakati. Trick gets out of it, but still super low in health. Might have to go for a bit of a death pack right now though. Does he have Lichborn? He has Lichborn, I think, right now. Death pack, if he has a death pack, comes out as Carry gets himself recklessness, and Zakati needs to escape out of those necrotics right now. Needs to get some big death strikes in ASAP, but Carry's damage is just so very little by little. It's so very sustained. It's not a big hit ever. Zakati just didn't really have an opportunity to get himself a huge death streak of recovery. And Zara is going to be up next, I think, playing the Destruction Warlock. He is playing Destro. Gonna get a count flag onto Carry with a Crucible to follow. Count flag again. Carry's gonna have himself quite an interesting time with Zar. Gonna be a trinket a little bit early as he gets some slows into Carry. Gonna be a charge though to get close and close the gap with the Warlock. Interrupt him on the Shadow spell. Gonna allow Zar getting some damage with fire. Could even go for a Chaos Ball right here. Horror effect onto Carry. Does have a stun to follow up with some huge damage. Fear trying to come out. Carry does get a Zerker Rage out of it. Does go for a Reflect. And Zar actually canceling out the Chaos Ball in the last second. Trying to use the gateway in order to reposition. And Carry's over there with the Infernal. Doing just fine. Get himself Bloodthirst on cooldown. 5 minutes and dampening is going to start rolling in as Carry's surrounded by both the Infernal as well as the Succubus. Getting hit with a flag back to back for Roots. That's going to be Stormbolt on Dazar. Is going to be able to get a freebie Chaos Bolt there with a Fear to follow. Does Carry have Zerker? He does not. Does he? He does not have Zerker for that one. He got broken out by damage. But maybe now Carry can go in for a big setup. Zar still is holding on to a horror effect, so he could get the warrior away from him like that. Reflect onto Zar right now. Not going to go for a horror effect. Waiting out for a second. Trying to get another fear. Doesn't have Zerk Rage for it. That's going to be a Chaos Bolt with a horror effect to run him in the other direction. With a Chaos Bolt to follow. Double Chaos Bolt for free. And Carry's going to get rooted out in the open right now. Leap on top of Zar with a Stormbolt. Does go for a little bit of an Enrage Regeneration. Wall coming out for Zar immediately. Shadow Fury is going to try to come out. It's going to be a Blade Storm to follow for Carry. Not to get hit, but actually Zara does cancel out the Shadow Fury. Still has it if he needs to. Reflect available for Carry. Try to see if he can get a Fear off on the Warrior. He does Trinket out of it actually. No Zerker's Rage for this guy. So that's his Trinket out over the count. Gonna be Zerker's Rage out of it at the end. That or he got some sort of damage that came up after. Maybe it was the pet that broke that Fear at the last second. Maybe a conflag or something. But that's going to be a Fear. Try to get a Chaos Bolt in. Not going to happen. Going to be a Stormbolt. Maybe a Pet Succubus. Does cancel the Pet Succubus right afterwards. And Zara's going to get a Horror effect onto Carry with an Immolate and a Chaos Bolt. Carry is looking quite healthy with his health though. Board coming out for the Warlock. Try to escape the Warrior. And a Fear. Trying to spam out those Fears, but Zerika's Rage is up on Carry. That or he's fully DR'd. Trying to get a Reflect on the Chaos Bolt onto Zara, but Zara's doing just fine. He's so survivable right now. Fear does finally slam Carry with a Horror effect to follow. Double Fear. Does he have a conflag? I don't think he has a conflag. Or at least he don't want to root him anymore. Try to get a Chaos Bolt. Doesn't want to do it. Stormbolt onto that stun. Maybe a Pet Succubus CC could come out after this. Shadow Fury trying to come out. Trying to get the Shadow Fury. Is he going to be able to do Blaze Storm coming out? Force a Blaze Storm. Zara not looking at that health anymore. The Fear coming out right after. Last Ditch Fear trying to get a Chaos Bolt in. Carry taking him out with a big old execute. Olag is up next. He's going to get a dots up and running onto Carry. Horrors him away right after. Trying to Chaos Bolt, but he's actually going to get hit into a bit of a line of sight problem. Trying to make sure he keeps the Warrior out in the open. Does hit him with an Infernal right after with a Chaos Bolt to follow. So he's at least got his Chaos Bolts up and running, ramping a little bit, popping off his CDs. And Carry is going to be sticking around next to the Infernal for a second. Maybe looking for a charge onto the Warlock. Or maybe just trying to escape from the guy. It looks like he might just be trying to get away from him the whole time. Just wait out that Infernal. Olag has a lot of cooldowns available, has a lot of cooldowns ready, does get Rain of Fire rolling, which is going to beef up his scalables if he ever gets line of sight of Carrier. But Carrier just needs to wait out that Infernal just a little bit longer, just a couple more seconds, and down it goes away. Olag losing out his Dark Soul, Insanity or Instability, one or the other one, but losing Dark Soul. That's going to be Casbolt trying to come out. Going to be Reflect for Carry in case the Casbolt did go off. Still Stormbolting though, so Carry is not going to have the Reflect available for a while. Oleg is just looking to get himself a little bit of line of sight from Carry for a second. Horror out is going to hit him with a Casbolt, slapping him on with a Fear to Follow. Actually going to be feared by Carry instead. Has Enraged Regeneration if things ever get bad, so he does save his ace in a hole for this situation. Fear to Follow, Dog gotta get feared, man. He keeps interrupting him on fears. Oleg could just go for a Casbolt right after since he's getting interrupted on fears. And he's going to have to go for Warlock House on himself. Carry looking to get himself Zerk in Rage Regeneration. Maybe a little bit early. Does he get at least one Bloodthirst? He does. But that was probably the worst. What was that Rage Regeneration? He didn't get any value out of it whatsoever. Trinkets out of the Succubus CC. Fear trying to come out. Not going to happen without Zerker Rage. That's going to be a Blade Storm trying to see in case Oleg hits him with a Horror Effect. Oleg not looking that good right now. He needs to make a play. Get interrupted on Shadow Fury. Maybe Casbolt to follow right here. He needs to get himself a Horror Effect. Reflective Element for Carry, and down he goes. Carry clawing it back for his team through 3 people. Can he get the last one down with limp hands right here? Carry is going to get some slows into limp hands. Stormbolt to follow. Force to shrink it out of the Demon Hunter with an Eye Beam coming out for limp hands. This is an opportunity to go and shred through the warrior as best he can, drop it on Darkness, and Carrier's gonna walk him out of here, man. Just gonna walk him, take him out for a walk in the park, walk out of the darkness. Come on, come on, build up his confidence so he can leave the dark. Oh, Carrier, what is that, dude? What is that? They're probably friends or something. They're probably just messing around, right? They're probably just friends. They probably know each other. You know, things like that always happen. That totally wasn't BM and super toxic Carry. Totally wasn't. It's going to be Stormbolt, but Carry does not have a Rampage to follow up for that. Still, the Limp and Liam is not doing that good health-wise. He is in a fat execute range right now. And the next disarm, Carry's just doing a little bit of a dance. He doesn't care. Did he put up a bleeder on the guy? What are you running? Are you running Katika? What is that healing? What is that healing? Fear Warrior heals, man. Unbelievable. There's Carry for you boys. There is Carry. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. 5 out of 5 still? Alright, Night Raven, I got you, my dude. We're gonna get you in. What's up, Tothy? How you doing? What's up, Guy? What's up, Dwarf? How you doing, boys? Toxic, dude. They know each other. It's okay. They know each other. They're best of friends. It's an inside joke, you know. It's not toxic. Sorry, I'm actually super tilted. Tired and tilted. Please forgive my toxicity. Nah, you're good, dude. Whatever, man. I don't mind it. No. You're not toxic. You know him, right? You're not toxic. It's just a joke. It's a misclick. You know, some people have it keybound in the macro, and you don't mean to. You know, you know how these things go. Alrighty. Night Raven is ready. Who we queuing him against? We got Lurf Lucio back in the action. Max A also ready. Rowan, do you ever get a 5th? Rowan, do you ever get a 5th? If you got a 5th, we got you going. Sounds like bouncing at its finest. Oh man. Bouncing isn't that hard, but schmucks believe that. Bouncing isn't even that hard. You think so? I did. Okay, let's get Night Raven versus Rowan. So a lot of the guys on their team didn't even get to play. Both of them. Night Raven had a big old 1v5. Rowan's team had a big old 1v5. They came, they saw, they conquered, they left. They left the groups. We're not going to see that Pharaoh no more. Hopefully one day though. I didn't say they should be able to at all, but just mean they shouldn't be able to be on a global cooldown. There should be a small internal when you shapeshift will remove the slow. Remember when shapeshifting wasn't on GCD? And you could just do it kind of whenever? Yeah, or you could shape. Now you have to shape from one form to the other to break the roots. But before you could just shift out and in, right? So as long as it wasn't on GCD, just you could shift in and out, or out and in, out and in, out and in and out, in and out, in and out. Alrighty. Switch. What do we got today? We got ourselves DVGS playing the Boomkin on Team Blue. We got ourselves a true ET. It's Trugi, but I have a hard time with his name, so I'm gonna call him ET because he's a goddamn alien. We got ourselves here Hamburger playing that Pharaoh. We got Ragnarok, and we got ourselves Beast. We're gonna call him Beast. And he has a dog named Anton. He had changed his name. It's a name. It's like a person name. Anton. Anthony, basically. I like that, dude. We got Kenny on Team Red with Tasty. We also got ourselves Judo, Fortin, and Snoopy gonna be going up first as a kitty cat. As per always, guys, if you're a feral or a stealthy, be out of stealth and out of cat form unless you're dueling. Good luck and have fun. Good luck and have fun. It's going to be DVGS versus Snoopy, Feral versus Balance Druid, and he actually just waits there. Patience is a virtue. Catches out DVGS around the corner, hitting him huge with massive crucible damage back to back, not even letting him out. DVGS having to go for renewal immediately with Thorns, and Snoopy is going to bail out of there for a second. DVGS took so much damage in the opener, that was just not even fair. And Snoopy is looking to catch himself a full reset. Maybe he has some dots rolling right now. Looks like he does have dots rolling. Looks like DVGS might have a couple trinkets from EP, Eternal Palace, that might let him play the proc-based build, which might be the way for him to leverage this. He's going to get a Crucible on himself, into a silence with Snoopy. Snoopy playing that Entourage trinket, that scum trinket, man. It's so unfair. Root onto Snoopy, he does power shift out of it. And DVGS is going to go for Inca right now. Stunned by Snoopy. Doesn't have, has actually a trinket, does not use it there. Bear from coming out. Oh my goodness. Snoopy just took him out while boy had a big old incarn in. Oh, that was just unfair. That was uncalled for. Alright, Beast is up next. Ooh, I gotta give him a second. Look at that, going for a bow. Look at his mog, dude. He's all bones. He's all skin and bones. He's gotta eat some food. But honestly. Damn, dude. Guess I can't play today. Yikes. Yeah, we gotta get Tasty here, dude. I miss you, Tasty. You're definitely gonna get a couple rounds in, man. Just send him first at this point, dude. If you guys got guys like Snoopy, just send him first, man. Like, what is this? Gonna be Thorns onto Snoopy. Beast gonna get hit with a stun, and Snoopy goes in for a bit of a reset. Gonna be a freezing trap to separate these two. No more trinket for Snoopy. Might allow Beast a little bit of an opportunity to deal with Snoopy a little bit easier. That charge trap is doing so well, by the way. Into a Maledict onto Snoopy. Won't be able to deal with the lack of healing. Pre-walling this damage, and Beast is just gonna get a big old sprint rolling, trying to catch up to the kitty cat. The pet is going in the other direction. Maybe he can get a second stun rolling, set up soon, trying to make sure the dots are rolling on Snoopy. He's having to use Crucible defensively right now, and once you fall defensively behind like that, it's tough. Trying to get some bleeds back up and running onto Beast. Is going to use Crucible offensively. Big old bite to follow. Beast actually taking all those bleeds off of him. Root on a freeze onto Snoopy. Does have him in a trap. Into a dot right afterwards. Flare to follow. Beast still not looking super healthy right now. They're still super low on health. Thorns are up for Snoopy. Does the thing cleanse those? Or nope, he actually does not get to cleanse those. I think he might have done it with a pet. Some pets actually can cleanse stuff like thorns. Bash into Beast, not looking that healthy. Needs to get himself some sort of a massive heal. Acceleration not available, and actually Snoopy takes him out. Oh my god, and I thought Beast just had him on the ropes. And Ragnarok, I think, is going to give him a bit of an honor duel. Do you guys really want to give Snoopy an honor duel? Is that a good idea? Did you just see what he did to the last two people? Aw, man, people are leaving. I don't like how people leave, man. You guys, I want you to stick around. I want to see the damage at the end of the run, man. I want to see how much damage that Hunter would have done to Snoopy the whole time, or how much healing there would have been, man. That's why I don't like you guys just bailing. I understand why. Ragnarok already getting shredded in the opener. Just, dude, Snoopy's classic openers, man, just puts people in such a bad position off the bat. It's like a sub-rogue, but a kitty cat. It's like a sub-rogue. Oh, get an opener, put people in a disadvantage, and try to see if he can come up from that disadvantage after. Thorns are up for Snoopy right now as Ragnarok is going to take that damage. Needs to remove those has Belf as well as a Dispel as a Demon Hunter. I think, did he try Belfing? Safety Training coming out pretty early on, though. He's actually running out low on defensive right now. That was the laggiest charge I've ever seen. Skull Bash onto the I-Beam. Ragnarok might just have to go for a Darkness right here. He's using Crucible defensive. Snoopy popping the wall right now. Bash to Ragnarok. Is he going to have enough damage? Crucible to follow right after. Maybe a big old bite right after. Stun to follow. Actually, wow! Snoopy's just like a sub-rogue. He's playing stuns. I was thinking he went for a big old stun. Big old bite to follow off of that Bash. No, he went for a maim right after. He went for a kidney shot, dude. What was that? Oh my god. And ET's out next as a demon. I was gonna say Demon Hunter, but actually Death Knight. Although at this point I feel like Will a Demon Hunter help him? IBF early for ET. IBF and a little bit early. Might end up paying for it, but maybe he's expecting for Snoopy's openers to be extra spicy. So he's just trying to deny it at every corner he gets a chance to. No AMS coming off for those thorns. I don't know if that's a good move. Stun onto Snoopy though. It is heavily DR'd. I think it might have been DR'd from the pet stun though. Snoopy is trying to see if he can kite the pets around the corner. Is that going to be maybe a grip out of ET? No, it isn't going to be a grip. You use his one global that he had a chance to get a chain of ice rolling onto Snoopy. Just power shifts out of it immediately. AMS up for ET right now. Snoopy trying to get away from those necrotics. Maybe get himself a little bit of heal. ET has quite a bit of bleeds rolling on him right now. The pets do dissipate. Snoopy is going to be basically free to just attack this Death Knight some more. The Azeroth doing quite a bit of healing. And ET looking to maybe get himself some death strikes. That could be huge. That could be good. If he can get himself some huge recovery off of all this damage, he's going to be able to at least stabilize himself for a moment, but he's not out of the fight yet. Having to go for a death pack into a stun on Snoopy. Snoopy does pre-thorns this. No AMS available for ET. Does use Crucible, which isn't going to be one of those abilities that nails him with thorns. Actually, the pet died, and Snoopy sneaked that out. What the hell? He actually just put bleeds on a pet, and now the pet is dead. Now it's going to be Snoopy versus Hamburger. He's the last man standing on Team Blue. He's so happy too. Oh, Honor Duel, boys. Honor Duel. Let's go. It's going to be the Pharaoh versus Pharaoh. Snoopy actually is pretty healthy. Has one wall available. Second wall should be available sometime soon. But these two are very close on cooldown. Snoopy getting a Moonfire onto Hamburger. Not letting him catch a reset. Trinket coming up for Hamburger a little bit early. Double wall for both of these kitty cats. Thorns are up for Hamburger. Does Snoopy go for Thorns himself? Actually, just try to wait it out. Try to go for a root onto Borger. But he's going to get himself a Swiftman up and running right now. Hamburger does need to catch up. Thorns should be available for Snoopy sometime soon, though. Is going to be an opener by Hamburger. Thorns are up. This way, Hamburger does simply not want to hit those Thorns as best as he can. It's going to get himself a Swiftman heal. Whatever heals he can. Snoopy getting aggressive with those Crucibles and actually doing quite a number of damage. Big bite into Snoopy, and he does get to bail away. Both of these two are going to go for regrowths. Only 12% dampening, so both of these still have quite a bit of healing left in them if they have any. Wall available for Hamburger. Snoopy does not have a wall, does get a short stun onto Hamburger. If he can somehow get a Hibernate on him, that might be huge here as a CC. Catch himself a little bit of healing and then go in and open it right afterwards. Big wall coming out for Hamburger. Does get hit with a root right afterwards. This is going to be Thorns up and running for him right now. And Snoopy just looking to get away from the guy. Does have cooldowns of his own rolling. Wants to get offensive, but Hamburger without Thorns. Oh, juked him out for a second actually. Hamburger just kept running the carousel and eventually catches up to Snoopy. Thorns are up for Snoopy. Stun onto Snoopy right here. Second bash though. Hamburger, can he finish him off right here? And Hamburger actually does get to finish off Snoopy at the end. After going for a big old 1v4, Hamburger does close it out. It looks like having that second wall was the make it or break it situation. And who's up next? Everybody's kind of all over the place. Is it Tasty? Tasty's pointing at the guy. I think he's like, yo, let me play. I want to play. It's been so long since I got to play. All right, Tasty, it's going to get you back in at 80% dampening, 8 minutes in actually, and it's a Feral Druid. I feel like this is going to give you the warm-up you need. Hamburger has a Trust on, and a Trinket, and a wall coming up very soon. So for Tasty, this is going to be a warm-up game, getting hit with an opener, and Hamburger is trying to buy himself as much time as he can. Let the bleeds do some work, but he's waiting for that Trinket, waiting for that wall. Is it still out in the open? Does he catch a resell? That is going to be Earthbind Totem on one side. This in stealth actually, so that is going to be a primal fire elemental for Tasty. And he's going to go picking up the eyes, and looks like Hamburger is going to leap right on top of him and get a stun in. The primal elemental should start be able to do some damage. Going to be a knockback away onto Hamburger. He's going to power shift out of there, can get himself a little bit of a heal. Going to have a wall and Trinket up and running. Is going to be light and less of a Tasty immediately. Wall up. It's going to be Meteor dropping onto Hamburger. This is where Tasty can go for some big damage. Cyclotronic trying to come out. Does land the Cyclotronic around the corner. Big old shark attack and Hamburger right afterwards. It's going to take quite a bit of damage. It's going to be Earth Elemental available for Tasty. It's going to get a stun as well as a second wall for Tasty if he needs it. So he's got him out defensively, out early. That's going to be Thorns right now for Hamburger. But Tasty, I mean, he's not going to auto-attack the guy, so that's not really ever an issue. Bash and a root onto Tasty right after. He's going to get himself a couple of healing surges. Hamburger still looking very healthy. No wall for a minute. No Trinket for a minute 20. So Tasty could really try to get Hamburger super low and just unleash the massive barrage of bursts. Needs to get himself a good setup with Earth Shocks, Lava Bursts, big old Zapparoonies. So that's going to be huge damage right here. Light and Lasso onto Hamburger. Does he have anything to follow up though? I don't think he does. Stormkeeper trying to come out. Does get a short stun on the Hamburger. Earthshock to follow. Double zap right after. Does he get a second Earthshock maybe around the corner? Try to see if he can catch up. That was actually huge damage. Yes, huge stun. That was so good. Hamburger using Crucibles to get himself a little bit of a self-heal. That's going to be no stun available for Tasty with that stun totem. Does he have another Earthshock maybe? Stun onto Tasty. He does. Trinket out of it. Hamburger taking quite a bit of damage. Knocking the Pharaoh back. Needs himself a Lightning Lasso. Next Lightning Lasso is ready. Lightning Lasso comes out. He actually does nail the Pharaoh, dude. That was so well played by Tasty at the end, dude. It's been so long, man. Snoopy plays super well. Hamburger slammed it out of the park, but Tasty came in. Strong finish. Very well done, boys. Very well done. Hell yeah, boys. Nerf Dalaran Gaming too big a mustache? You think so? You think I should get nerfed? None of these guys should get nerfed? Maybe nerf Snoopy a little bit? He seems a little busted. Most of us didn't get to play. Should we get Night Raven to play, I guess? His group, again, he did say he didn't get to play that much. Nerf Lucio and Mac is already. I need to give him a chance too, man. I need to give him a chance to Night Raven. It's not my fault. It's not my fault your team is going for big old 1v5s. It's not my fault. I would love for those guys in your team to just like split off and make your own groups or something. Or show up in random groups, man. Whole group left to cry every time. It's all good. We're gonna get Mac and Nerf Lucio in there because they hasn't got to play in a while, man. We'll get Night Raven in. Hey Dalaran, can you twist the end of a mustache, please? I can. Like twist, like that. Like do a big old like titty twister. I don't really do it that much. It doesn't stay as best I wanted to. What I usually do is I twirl the mustache a little bit, but it's more like just do this. Kind of like comb it with my nails. Yes, yes, indubitably. Like I'm a villain, right? Play on a mustache while thinking evil thoughts. Dreaming of evil schemes. That's what I usually do. What do you think is the best spec for beginner PvP? Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter I think is a pretty good one. I think you'll have some fun. You'll be able to get some big damage in. It's a fun spec. Yeah, Arms Warrior. Nah, switch. Really? Switch. If you're doing arenas, then yeah, Arms Warrior is pretty good. If you're doing like any kind of PvP, Demon Hunter is what I would recommend. We got ourselves Born Lich on Team Blue with Apocrypha. We got ourselves Loopy, Duplin, and Nyx versus Team Red with Carrie, Fluffy, Raven, Rimuru, and we got ourselves Jane's our Demon Hunter from Russia or Serbia or Slavic country, one or the other. These very similar letters, I would think. I would only would know Russia. It's got to be Born Lich with a little bit of that. Oh, Remorseless. It's going to get himself a big old Drake. No, actually not a big Drake. It's actually just a trait that sends out a mini Drake to give him extra mastery. Really good in AoE. Not really sure how good it is for single target here, but Born Lich is going to find himself at about under half his health, actually close to the 20-30% mark. It's going to trick it out of that Imprison, and Janesar is looking just to get away from the guy. He's going to get interrupted on the channel of the Cyclotronics. So Janesar is going to be losing out on the trinket damage. He's going to get a Crucible to follow Born Lich, trying to leverage those Death Strikes back to back. Big old I-beam, and down he goes. Janesar taking out that DK fairly quickly. Duplin is going to be up next with a disarm onto Janesar immediately for a few seconds that he did have demonic form up and running. And Duplin going to trinket out of that short stun. And it's going to go for a Stormbolt with Recklessness. Needs to get him some big rampage. This actually was getting quite a bit of damage back to back though. But James is going to drop down Darkness. Duplin is not going to be there to fight in that darkness for a moment longer. James still has Metamorphosis if things ever go bad. Stun onto Duplin is going to get himself a big old I-beam. That stun was super short on Duplin though. Landing that fear onto James doesn't want to deal with him while Metamorphosis is up and running. But now he can't escape the meta. He cannot escape the meta. Huge damage on the Duplin right now. He's going to have to use in Rage Regenerations in them soon, hopefully. He's going to use it right here. Just to get himself another heal going. As many heals as possible. He's recovering quite a bit of health, as Janesar is looking very much stabilized every time he's in demonic form. He does get a lot of extra leech. So the more damage he does, the more healing he gets, and it's going to be a disarm short on Duplin. He's going to get hit with a stun right after though. Janesar versus Duplin. Duplin's down on his massive defensive, but he did use it during Metamorphosis, during some of the biggest cooldowns out of Janesar. So maybe Dublin might be able to escape scot-free from here on. Gonna be Janes are actually flying up in air, getting a couple of those free fell lances onto Dublin. Quite a bit of damage too. Oh no, Dublin is going to be so behind on health right now. Does get a charge heal, needs a lot more of those. It's actually going to get quite a bit of burst damage on Janes are dropping him close to half his health. Dublin getting caught on the stun though. Could that be the end for the guy right now? Actually getting a bloodthirst at the very second. Oh, barely an health left, and down he goes. Next up is going to be Loopy Hunt. Right afterwards, going to get himself a little bit of a Cobra shot over at Janes. Where's his pet? Where's your pet? There he is. Took him a second. He's stealthing around the whole time. Gonna be Janes are taking advantage of that opportunity. No pet available. Nothing he can do about it. Is gonna get interrupted on his Cyclotronic with a stun around the corner. Janes are gonna trinket that stun very, very late though. Not really sure if he needed to. That's gonna be that Azeroth Elemental there for Loopy. He got pets for days. He's got the Basilisk. He's got the Azeroth Elemental. He's got his pet. Gonna be short of stun for Loopy Hunt though. Did you really need to use it? Because that's gonna be a full imprison on you right now. And Janes are still not looking too good. Needs to get himself a lot of healing. That's a lot of pets to cleave off of, so that's exactly what he should be doing. He used to be trying to get himself as much healing as possible. The Basilisk despawns. The Azeroth Elemental should be going away very, very soon. And Loopy Han has his one big defensive. Does land a freezing trap on Janesar, but he breaks it immediately. Was that the best move there, bud? I would have waited maybe for a stun, maybe got himself a heal. It's going to be stun onto Loopy Hunt now. There's going to be a couple Chaos Strikes, and that's probably going to be the ending with a Blade Dance to follow. Finishing off the Hunter and Nyx. The Frost DK is up next with Janesar. Nyx playing a very staunch, very stubborn Frost DK playstyle where he sits and fights and doesn't run anywhere. Can you believe it? Who does that anymore? It's all hit and run strats nowadays. It's gonna be stun on the Janesar for a second. There's gonna be some not touch of death. What am I talking about? It's like he's not a monk. He's not that bad as a monk. Oh, gonna be fly up in the air for Jazer. Actually lured Nyx out from his comfort zone. AMS immediately comes out and actually does absorb enough damage for Nyx. Still took a couple of those fell lances to the face. Tried to get away from Nyx. Every time he had transfusion rolling, Nyx is gonna trick it out of this. Trying to get himself as many death strikes as he can. Imprison is gonna stop him in place. Jazer does not want to fight this DH or DK. Every time he has a big death strikes available, he just doesn't want to do it. He wants to do a hit and run, let him do a little bit of damage to Nyx, and then bail out of there as soon as he got anything massive. That is going to be a death pact available for Nyx. Perfect opportunity for Janezo to go ham-bow, but it's going to be a strangulate out of the Death Knight, trying to go for as many death strikes while he's got it. Perfect opportunity for Janezo in this situation, just go for massive damage, sees that transfusion, wants to bail out of it immediately. Grip coming out by Nyx, getting hit with an interrupt, and Nyx is going to recover in a lot of that health. Darkness coming in for Janezo right now. Nyx could walk him out, but decided, you know what? I can just death strike through it. I can just outlive it. I can literally out heal it. The harder you hit me, the more I heal. That's actually just an unfair playstyle by Death Knights when you think about it. If they death strike at a right time, take the biggest hit, death strike, they heal through full. They heal all of it back. And Janezer is gonna fly up in there. No, getting yoinked. Looks like you're grounded, my guy. Janezer trying to make a play that he tried to before, but Nyx a little bit quick and the draw. Did use Lichborn here, so he's not gonna have Lichborn for a little bit. As long as Nyx does not have a transfusion, which should be coming up sometime soon, then Janezer should have a decent advantage. Nyx got some cooldowns rolling. This way he needs to get himself a huge Remorseless Winter rolling. This is where those big transfusions are coming out. Big death strikes to follow for Nyx. It does get hit with an imprison right after. And Janes are bailing out of there for a second. Might have to wait until his full Metamorphosis is back up and running, which should be up very soon. It is about 6 minutes into the fight. Meta is only a 4-minute CD. Well, it is a 4-minute CD. It's a pretty long CD, honestly, but he should be able to use it sometime soon-ish. Nyx, though, got himself a bit of Remorseless Winter rolling. Full Metamorphosis coming out for Janezer. Might be able to get enough Fury pressure onto Nyx right now. Huge Annihilates coming out. AMS is not going to save you now. Buster Brown trying to get himself a bit of Death Strikes back to back. Still got a Remorseless rolling stun onto Janezer. He doesn't have a trick at Nyx. Still is in a bad position. Using Crucible offensive. The Transfusion coming out right now. Janezer could fly up in the air if he wanted to, but he's just going to leverage the Demon Hunter full potential, full sustained burst damage that he's got going on. Stun onto Nyx. He does Lich Born out of it for a second, but he doesn't want to fly up in the air for a moment. Nyx got himself another Remorseless Winter rolling with Runic Empowerment, so it's going to give him a lot of Runic power, but still none of that Transfusion, Death Strike, Empowerment. Actually, Janezer is going to be able to take flight, not going to get gripped while he's fully up in the air. Nyx is going to go for a Death Pack right now. Needs to get massive Death Strikes onto Janezer to do anything here. Still using Crucible hyper offensively, and Nyx just might go down here, and down it goes. Janezer just outlasted. Just outlasted the guy. Oh my goodness. That Metamorphosis came in clutch. Apocrypha, are you gonna have any easier time with Janezar though? He just beat Nyx, and Nyx is super tanky as a Frost DK, man. Can you obliterate this guy? Maybe the pets will do the work. Abomination coming out right now. Janezar, he's gonna get himself I-beam rolling a little bit early, and he's gonna use a Crucible defensively while the leech is up and running before dampening gets out of control. Necrotics are coming out immediately for Apocrypha, and Janezar knows he needs to bail out of the situation immediately. Does get Blur up and running. So if he can somehow get him yet another I-beam in there, he might be in a good spot. Does get a stun to Apocrypha, and he's going to bail out of it. Good hit and run strat for Janezar. Got quite a bit of damage onto Apocrypha. Now it's going to be a death bag by the DK early on. Although Janezar can't go off hyper offensive right now. Has a chicken coming up at the very last second. Needs to bail out of this situation. Get an I-beam up and running a little bit early. This might be able to actually get himself some healing off of the pet. Cyclotronic Blast coming out onto the DK. That's actually quite a lot of damage. It's going to fly up in the air, and it's actually going to get a couple of those Fell Lances onto Apocrypha. That's his perfect opportunity to just start hitting the pet if he doesn't have anything else to hit. Why is Demonic Form up and running? Apocrypha does not have a lot of cooldowns left either, though. Storm onto Apocrypha with a Blade Dancer follow. Could he eliminate him? Oh my god, the rest of Demon Hunter did it, man. He does it again. That was so well done. That was so well done, DH. I like that, dude. Holy crap. He played that super carefully, man. Played that super carefully. Holy crap. I'm just glad Druids aren't immortal anymore. Remember BC Arrow? There's Bear form and sit there. I don't remember BC Arrow, but I remember a Mop and Legion Bear form. That's it. Whew, that was tough. Alright, but let's just get a new one going, yeah? Alright, not Raven. We'll get you going. But please, let Tasty or somebody else play first. Seriously, I know not Raven, you also want to play. I can only get so many videos of Monk 1v5. I only got one for the day, dude. I'm joking. You should roll how you normally would. Who else got to go up and running ready, boys? It's really hard pressing through buttons. For Demon Hunter, come on, dude. He played super well, dude. His mobility, his cooldown counter was perfect. You got to give him credit on that one. Are you kidding me? We're mad now, yeah? From Feral to Demon Hunter. Oh, man. This way, boys got to get fired up. How to join these 5v5s? You got a 120 Alliance DK, 1416 Automo. So let me tell you guys how to join these 5v5 1v1 duels. Go to player versus player, pre-made group, custom PvP, find a group, type 5, enter in the search on Alliance and Horde. And you guys are more than welcome to join the groups, yeah? Who else we got? Rowan got a group? Find a team, boyo. Find the team. We got our win ready. They said they got a 5. Night Raven said they got a 5. I want to give those guys a chance to go. They got MML in there too, so that's going to be quite a big boy in there. Druid and Legion was mad? You kidding me, right? Bear form and you just sat there the whole time. Maybe that's Resto. So blind to Demon Hunter class design. Well, Demon Hunters, it's ironic because Demon Hunters are blind too. So maybe everybody at Blizzard is an IRL Demon Hunter. Gotta sleep, take care. Alright, Mac. Thank you so much for coming by, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Oh, alrighty, boys. Razika doesn't have a pet? Nope. They're getting a pet back. You'll be able to raise dead. Shadowlands. They had a cooldown before where they, like, Unholy always has a pet. Frost and Blood could raise a pet and they would just attack and fight with you for a little bit. That's coming back in Shadowlands, but we'll see, man. Find me a team. Somebody get Toth in here. Yo, Tothy. Rowan, I think, has a... Is Rowan Horde? I think there are. Yo. Night Raven. You want to grab Tothy, maybe? You want to grab Tothy, maybe? That'd be cool. Maybe. It's up to you. We'll never nerf them. They're so good at everything. Demon Hunter's not that busted. They're really good on duels, but they're not top tier, man. They're a really good class in general, but they're not overpowered at anything. Mythic Plus, that's Althorog and rest of Druids. Raiding, probably Shadow Priest right now. H-Ballies and Disc Priest and Brewmaster Monks. PvP, they're not quite an Assassination Rogue, not quite a Fire Mage, not quite a Destro Warlock. What else? So they're not like at the top of the list, they're like a second, third, or fourth from the top. But they're second, third, or fourth on top on everything. So they're overall well-rounded class, I'd say. Yeah, I don't know what there's there to nerf. What would you nerf? Healing? Like, they're really good in duels, like Pharaohs are too, but are Pharaohs good at anything? Nobody takes Pharaohs to keys. Nobody takes Pharaohs to raids. Barely anybody plays Pharaohs in arenas. Right? I don't know, man. In duels, it's a whole nother ball game. Blizzard does not balance things for duels. You know what I mean? Nerve to DPS and healing. Both? Huh? Do nerf Demon Hunter, Guardian Druid, Restless Shaman comp? Don't nerf Demon Hunter, Guardian Druid, Restless Shaman? Is that a comp? Wait, is that a comp in Arena? Okay, maybe Bear Druid's gotta go. That's what I'm thinking. If I see a Bear Druid in Arena, I'm like, that gotta go. Alright, let's get Night Raven in here and Rowan as well. Let's go. Let's just really nerf Demon Hunter healing. I think the healing is a combination of a couple things. I think it's the leech. I feel like if you're gonna be like, let's nerf Demon Hunter healing, should we nerf Fury Warrior healing then? Should we nerf Monk healing then? Should we nerf Restless Druid healing then? Should we nerf Death Knight healing then? Like, I feel like it's a totem pole, dude. Once you take one off the top, there's gonna be another one to replace it at the tip of the top. And then you guys are gonna be like nerf, 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 nerf. And then the totem pole, like, you cut it down. It's always gonna be like, think of an infinite totem pole. There's always somebody at the top. When we chop it, somebody else becomes top. Chop it. You always have a fucking fat ass high totem pole. There's always somebody on top. No matter how many times you nerf it, somebody will always be out above. So you can keep nerfing until you actually start taking abilities out of the game, I feel like. Maybe. I don't know, dude. I feel like it's too early. Too early to nerf him. Shadowlands might fix him. You know? Switch. Because then we'll lose essences, we will lose Azeroth gear, we will lose a lot of those things that make the current game, and then you'll be able to balance it a little bit differently. You know what I mean? Some of this is essences. Some of this is Azeroths. You know what I mean? Just saying. Alrighty, boys. We got ourselves Tasty going up first versus Hamburger. Why would you put him up against Hamburger first? That's unfair, boys, but this is going to be a rematch for those who wall for Hamburger up a little bit early. Hamburger getting those crucibles and big old bites, big old bleeds onto Tasty, but he's getting that big old shark attacking Hamburger. Does get a bit of a heal in between, and it's going to use his racial in order to give him all that intellect, in order to take off all those bleeds. Has himself a pretty big setup. That's a big pet next to him. That Hamburger is not going to be able to catch a reset, though. Hit him with a frost shock whenever he can. Needs to get himself a setup onto the feral. It's going to be a little bit of a cyclotronic around the corner. Hamburger actually took most of it into a big old earth shock, maybe some zapparoonies out of Tasty. It's going to be light lasso trinkets out of it. Short stone onto Tasty. Could go for a meteor out of the elemental. Not going for meteor from LE just yet. Just waiting for it for a little bit. Tasty trying to get himself a little bit of a heal. Knockback coming in a little bit early though, and that's going to be maybe a second pet might need to come out. Wall coming up for Tasty right now. Does get himself Primal Earth Elemental. If he can land himself the double stun, he might be in a good spot. Early stun onto Hamburger. Zap coming out right now before he gets himself wall up and running. Might be able to get himself a huge Earth Shock. Big Earth Shock coming out. Maybe the last one to follow. Wall up available for Hamburger. Is that wall going to be enough right now to help him live? Crucible right after to get himself a heal. Shark attacking from out of nowhere. Down he goes. Tasty making a comeback against a Feral versus Hamburger. Very well played. I feel like Hamburger, if he adjusts his talents just a little bit, like knowing he's playing against an elemental shaman, he might have had a different chance. Blocks is going to be up next to dude. Oh my god, from one Feral into the other. Tasty is not having a good one right now. Oh, going to get a knockback onto Prox, however, though. He's playing a troll. Stunned by the pet, by the Earth Elemental. She's not going to go for a lasso right after. Still getting that big Earth Shock, and a short lasso right afterwards is going to allow him to reposition. Meatballs coming in onto Prox. Might have to pop a wall right now. Prox is going to have to go over to the bear form and a renewal right after this. Got himself bear form to give him more health, more helpful. Renewal to give him more healing overall. And Tasty using that Warlock Gateway to try to see if he can get away from Prox for just a second. Prox still holding on to a trinket if things ever go bad. So the next item, last one, where he might die, he still has that as a leverage, and you can see Prox actually trying to go for self heals, actually killing off Tasty Totem when he gets a chance. Nine's gonna get hit with an Earth Shock into a bit of a zap, trying to go for cooldowns himself. Short stun on Tasty as Tasty does take off all those bleeds in just a second. So Prox is going to be behind on damage, does not have those bleeds to work for Tasty. Is going to be trinket onto that light lasso. Tasty still has one more Zapparoonie ready. And Prox continuing to heal himself as much as he can, trying to use those comp points into finishers, getting big old regrows back to back whenever he got it. Double wall is still available in case he puts himself in a bad spot. Tasty tries to go in for a cyclotronic there, while Prox goes behind the pillar, killing some of those totems while he's at it. Grounding totem coming out for Prox. I don't know if there's anything Prox can use that can be grounded. Maybe Maledect? Does he run Mali? Maybe that's what happened. Lightning lasso onto Prox right now. He does get to pre-wall this. That's going to be a fire elemental. Not going to be dropping a meteor on the guy. That's perfect opportunity. Double Crucible for Tasty as Prox's trade actually leaves him. Cycle trying to follow. Safety trick is up onto Prox, trying to get himself as much heal as he can while that shield holds up. Tasty could push in. Next lightning lasso could be end. Maybe it's going to be an Earthshock out of Tasty. Earthshock coming out. Zappa Rudy coming in to follow. Double lightning bolts. Now actually going to get rooted. And Prox actually using the wall as well as a bit of the stairs to line aside Tasty while he still has those big zaps ready. Maybe second Earthshock does have a second Earthshock ready. Needs to keep Prox low in health as best as possible. Prox trying to heal himself with Crucible. It's going to be a lightning lasso to put the Pharaoh down by a little bit. He has so much healing though. So many heals. That lightning lasso didn't do nearly as much work as he wanted. Prox, I don't know what kind of setup he's got going on, but he's healing a lot. Does he have the Urchin Trinket? Because that heals based on how much damage you take. That's basically like a passive death strike. Because that's huge if that's what he's got going on. But Tasty got wall back up and running. See how his dots rolling into Prox, so you can see the Prox happening on Prox. Tasty needs to make a comeback out of this. Does he have his Dwarven Racial available? Lightning Lasso before Prox gets the setup. Huge damage out of the Lasso. Does burn through the trade the Prox got going on. That plays with his bleeds really easily. Stun onto Tasty. And Prox, if he has his Racial right now, could take those bleeds off right now. Gonna be an Earthshock onto Prox. Does go for a wall here. Does he also use his Racial? He does. Taking all of those bleeds. And Prox is gonna have to catch up and get those dots back up and running onto Tasty. Rip and Rake gone, which actually empowers Tasty with intellect for a short time. But the biggest advantage for Tasty is going to be the fact that he takes those dots off of him. So the Tricky coming out onto Prox as he gets hit with a lightning lasso. And look at Prox healing, man. Every time he's just trying to play up to the healing game. He's just maintaining his health as best as possible, killing totems by Tasty every single second he gets a chance. Look at that dude. Regrowth, gonna give himself Rejuve, maybe a Swiftman in there, Hazard Renewal if things ever go bad. Big Earthshock onto Prox. But he's just trying to outlast him, dude. He's playing that Resto Affinity. He's basically a Restoration Druid at that point, killing off totems by Tasty, not even letting Tasty get the totem that generates a Maelstrom over time. I mean, he might as well hit something, right? If he cannot reach Tasty. It's going to be a stun. Tasty does have a trinket if things go bad. Needs to get some sort of an elemental totem out. Like an earth elemental totem with a second wall for Tasty would be huge. Good lightning lasso to take Prox down. But again, that healing playstyle is just not going to let Tasty go anywhere at all. That's going to be Capacitor Totem. Going to walk out of it though. And Tasty stood next to the Capacitor Totem in case Prox was going to go on top of him. Fire Elemental Primal is back up and running. Tasty could have some huge damage off it. Cyclotronic Blast onto Prox. I don't think he actually ended up channeling the rest of that Cyclotronic. Trying to get a healing surge in. Barely has any health. Does have Earth Shield up and running. Trinkets out of that. That's going to be a little bit of a lightning lasso onto Prox. Doesn't have a lot left. Actually could go down. Could be a big turn around. Does he have an Earth Shock right now? Crucible right now. Frost Shocks are back to back. Needs to make sure to take off the HOTS. The Elemental could go for a big old Meteor, trying to get a big old Stormkeeper. Slow on one side is going to kill the slow totem. Is he able to catch up? They're getting a big old zap in there. Wall up for Tasty. That's going to be double zap right now. Earthshock and Dust Clap on Prox. That's the second Feral down. And Joker, you better give him an honor duel here. He is not even going to do it, are you? He is not even going to do it. What a joker. What a joke. What a jokester. Tricky coming out for Joker as a Primal Elemental coming out with Lightning Lasso to follow for Tasty. Needs to bail out of that, away from that Abomination immediately. Does get a second wall from that Earth Elemental. Stun onto Tasty right now. Doesn't have a way to deal with a Death Knight right now, but he's doing just fine. The second wall is coming in clutch right now. Necrotics are trying to stack up. Does get a stun on the Army of the Dead. Needs to continue those slows onto Joker to keep him at bay the whole time and might be able to actually escape and recover. Using Crucible's defensively. Joker popping an AMS very early here, which might be great for Tasty. Using that Warlock Gateway to escape for just a second. That's allowed. That is part of the advantage of the Warlocks, or bringing a Warlock on your team. That is allowed in this 5V5 1v1 DUELS. It equalizes the game. I mean, come on. You think on a Holy Death Knight would have a hard time with an Elemental Shaman without a little bit to equalize the situation? Come on. Tasty not able to knock Joker back. Death's Advance keeping him immune from it. Trying to see if he can land a Hex on the guy. Grounding Totem is up in case Joker was going to get an interrupt. Grounding is going to absorb that interrupt. And Tasty is able to get himself at least a little bit of healing. Finally able to get some dots rolling to Joker. He does have a big Death Strike ready, but Tasty isn't going to give him the opportunity. I don't think. If he can't get a knockback on the guy, it might be huge. Maybe an Earthshock to follow. Get himself double zapped twice. So that's going to be all his damage into a lightning lasso afterwards. Could that be enough? Does he have an Earthshock ready afterwards? Stun onto Tasty. Does he have a knockback for the DK? He actually gets a second stun on the guy. If he has a knockback, this would be perfect. That's going to be a Cyclotronic trying to come out for Tasty in case he gets interrupted. The bunch of Necrotics is stacked up on the guy. Joker has a pretty beefy AMS rolling on him. Tasty just trying to wait out that AMS for a little bit. Does he have a big Earthshock to follow? It's going to get a knockback, but Joker does have Death's Advance. Tasty trying to get himself a healing surge back to back, getting gripped on it. Crucible to follow right after. Does he have anything to follow? That's going to be Fire Elemental available. Lightning Lasso to follow right after onto Joker. Barely has any health. Needs to get himself a heal. No! The pets end up closing him out. He did such a good job against 2 Pharaohs, man. Back-to-back Pharaohs. Oh my goodness. So close. So close. And Joker is going to have to go up against Fortune now, as he's just looking to close out the game with Joker stun onto Fortune. And Joker is going to be the one a little bit behind. He needs to get himself a big old death back right now. Or transfusion, since he doesn't have death back available for a while. He needs to get some death strikes, that's for sure. Getting the army of death up and running. Actually getting quite a bit of damage to Fortune. Tricky coming out. Is that going to trigger right now? Actually, down he goes. Fortune caught himself. Dude, Joker actually had quite great damage on Fortune just now. If he was able to get himself transfusion, Fortune actually would have maybe not even stood a chance, and that's going to be La coming next. Is going to get a stun into Fortune since he's in his face either way. Tricky coming out for La right after with a Crucible to follow, and Fortune is going to be behind the pillar. Now, Lai's going to have the hardest time against a monk right now, dude. Shatterpriest is difficult already. Wall coming out for Fortune immediately. Fear by La is going to get a Siphon onto Fortune. He does eliminate a Siphon immediately. And La goes into Insanity form for a second. Mind Control trying to come out is going to get interrupted by Fortune. He's going to use Crucible at least to heal himself while the Karma is up and running. Trying to get an MC again. Not going to happen without Ring. And La did use for himself earlier already Vampiric Embrace, so he's not going to have that heal for a while. Does have Disperse if things ever go bad. There's going to be some Shadow Mends for La right now. 30% dampening, so those heals are going to get worse and worse. Actually going to be Fortune dispelling himself from that fear for a second. Get from the dots, hoards himself for a moment. Stun to follow. VT is back up and running. Shadow Mends are coming out for La, but he just doesn't have a lot left. Might have to go for a Disperse here, and it's exactly what he's going to do. Fortune bailing back to the pillar ASAP. Is that going to be a fear? Maybe out of La. It's going to get a Siphon, and Fortune is going to eliminate a Siphon immediately. Shadow Mends are coming out for La. As long as he maintains a dot proc playstyle with Fortune, he might have a good spot. Needs to get a Mind Control onto Fortune right now. Leg Sweep coming in onto La is going to take that touches of damage. Did not get a Mind Control, and down he goes. Oh my goodness. Greater Fade is exactly what he needed in order to try to land a Mind Control onto Fortune, or just Greater Fade the dot, or just Greater Fade it. Any one of those things could have helped him. Stormbolt onto Fortune as Duplin is right on top of him. He's going to go for a bit of a Blaze Storm, but Ring of Peace is going to kind of boop him around. And Fortune looking to close out the game with Duplin, but Fortune doesn't have a lot of defenses left. Karma coming up in about 10 seconds, so Duplin should be aware of it. The pillars right now are so perfect. Fortune has himself plenty of mobility, plenty of runabout when it comes to the pillars, just plenty of surface area. So you can just hide behind the pillar away from any enemy, but also plenty of places to get a port up. You also have the lower side of the platform, upper side of the platform. Duplin does have a leap, so you should be able to handle it. Going to be a wall for Fortune, pre-walling any damage. Duplin did not get anything meaningful out of it. He used to get a huge rampage, used to get himself some huge damage back to back if he's going to go for a setup with a stun. He used to be basically pushing out damage every time he lands a stun into Fortune. Every time he can touch the guy, he should always be going for Hambo damage. Short stun onto Duplin, trick us out of it with a Ring to follow. Duplin is going to actually be locked out of this corner completely, and even if he tries to go for a leap, he's actually going to get booped out of the way. That's going to kind of mess him up by a little bit. Fist of Fury locking him out. Stormbolt does Duplin have himself a setup, actually getting quite a bit of meaningful damage onto Fortune. It's going to be a big old port away from the monk. 11 minutes and 41% dampening. Fortune has every cooldown available back up by now. Look at that mobility out of a monk. He can just go from one side of the arena to the other, get himself a reset, get himself a port up, get a couple of vivifies in. By the time Duplin is even over there, he's just met with Fists of Fury. Come on, Fortune, what kind of a house guest are you? Just fisting your guests like that at the front door before they even said hello. Fortune taking quite a bit of damage right now. Duplin got himself into huge enrage. It's going to be a Karma right now. This is up to Duplin to try to minimize the damage of the Karma as best as possible. Fortune trying to get as much damage freebie while he's got it. Going to be a charge as Fortune actually, oh, he got himself a trinket for health increase. Is going to go for a big touch of death on Duplin. Duplin needs to make a play right now. Might have to go for enrage regeneration right as the touch of death is about to hit. Needs to get himself a huge heal right now. Huge touch of death coming in, but he's still surviving. He's still alive. Fortune popping in a little bit of wall, but also a little bit of dampened magic ring is going to separate these two for just a second. Does Duplin have maybe a fear or something to stop Fortune? Yeah, actually, Fortune is out of all cooldowns right after this. Does he have a port back up? It looks like he is trying to get himself a port. Going to be Duplin. Leap on top, but Fortune actually might go down. It's going to be Zerker's range out of a Fist Fury coming out. Does I know Strobel coming out? Duplin, does he get the execute? He does land that execute. Oh my god. Let's go, Duplin, my boy. He stayed in there, man. He didn't struggle. He just stayed in and kept playing, and that's how you fucking do it, dude. That is how you drop down a monk. Woo! Yo, by the way, Fortune, you played really, really well. I'm sorry. I gotta get excited for my boy right here. Gonna be a great Pyroblast. Well, Duplin, you can't win all of them, can you? You can't win all of them, buddy. Well played, boys. Well played for everybody. Tasty. Making a comeback. 5 million damage. He just went through 2 people, and he did 5 million damage. How'd you do 5 million just to 2 people? Dude, ferals. Chat, we were just talking about some classes have insane healing, right? We were just talking about that, right? Ferals. Let's put them on the table, if anything. My god. Alright, boys. Let's get another one going, yeah? Who was that just now? Was that Nerf Lucio's team? Whose team was it just now? I know it was Night Raven. Here we go. Dude, I'm hyped. You're checking the heals out to do insane DPS. I know, right? Check the heals I had to do. Yeah, I know. That's how I saw. That was nutty. Tasty, that was insane. You had the most damage in the whole arena. Like, what? Love how hyped we get when somebody kills another LMAO. Dude, when it's a fight, especially when it's a fight like where Fortune versus a warrior. Fortune has all the advantages in the world. You're a monk, you have mobility, you have self-heals that you don't need to like hit somebody to get. You have ring, you have karma, you have touch of death, fist of fury. You can even run disarm if you want to. Like, there's so much in your toolkit, so much. And when Duplin, playing against all odds, makes it back on top, ha! Just rips it out of him. It's so good. I love these kind of games. Duplin got paid for 2.4. The Duplin got paid for 2.4k boost? I don't know about it, dude. I don't know about it. I don't know about that. That's kind of fucked up, man. He just won! And you're gonna call him boosted? I feel like if he loses and you call him boosted, that makes more sense, right? But when you win, it's almost like you prove your worth, and you're like, nah, you're not worth it. What the fuck are you talking about? You high? So what do you think about the utility every class has in stone slows, DPS, defensive CDs, and healing? I don't know what I don't know. I feel like we should keep it as is right now and make changes in Shadowlands. Hopefully Blizzard can do adjustments here and there while we are in BFA so we can enjoy it. Whatever's left of BFA, I want to enjoy it. I don't want to be not enjoying it. But most of the big adjustments are going to be done in Shadowlands, though. Monday Night Run was there. So we get Lucian. The Malin guy is probably 1.4. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I was thinking, is that Fortune on an alt account or something? Hello? Who the hell? Who the hell? Duplin, you're a beautiful butterfly, my man. Don't fucking listen to the chat. Hey Dalaran, see a video about a priest switching health and their teammate who almost died. Is that allowed? Yes. That is allowed. Shadow priests are allowed to go life swap if they're not the last person going. Because if they're the last person going, they're not going to be able to swap with anybody. That is allowed to give Shadow Priest a little bit of an edge in the arena. That's perfectly allowed. Song, I can give you my whole playlist, my dude. How does that sound, huh? You like that? You like that? Double vs. Kachuk is one of my favorite fights ever. Don't know what Milan's talking about? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Alrighty, let's get Rowan in here. And let's get Nerf Lucio. Nerf Lucio and Rowan. I don't think those two ever dueled each other. But they got Duplin and Rowan's team. Oh. Oh. I'm gonna get Night Raven in there too. Are you gonna play in this 5v5 stream? This is EU. I don't have a character ready for EU duels at all. Is there anyone who wants to name? Who wants to duel each other? We can get a duel going. You know, I was really excited about. I was excited about that. Or maybe he's in the US. No, he's EU. It is. Maybe he's US. No, he's EU. I think. that warlock that plays a proc-based build. I really want to see him play today. But we didn't see him, boys. I really want to see him today. Core design of every class and utility model class. Server class doesn't have anything. I think it's better when more classes have utility, so classes can sub in for one another for the sake of balance. I get it, like classic, right? Classic showed us that having limited utility is fine. I don't know if it'll work for BFA or for future expansions, honestly. Like, I think we're too far gone. You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't have a good answer right now, Will. I need to think about it a little bit, man. I don't have a good answer yet. I need to give it some thought and come back to you tomorrow or something about it. The Twitch. Let's take a look at the duel first. Let's focus on the duel, boys. This is going to be Joker versus Fluffy in the open. Fluffy getting triangulated. It's going to go for a little bit of a trinket. A little bit late, though, and Joker got himself full army rolling up. That's going to be abomination. Fluffy taking quite a bit of damage. Oh, wait, no. Now the army is in. Now the boys are in. Fluffy going to go for a little bit of the pet heal right now. Joker is going to trick it out of the stone. Fluffy not looking that good right now. Necrotics could be huge. He's going to go for a little bit of fade death. Couldn't quite spook out Joker. Couldn't quite confuse him. But it's going to be survival of the fittest. He's trying to see if he can survive as the fittest of this arena. Trying to go for a little bit of backpedaling against Joker. I don't know if it's a good idea. Did you actually... I was going to say, did you kill his pet? But actually, the pet is just so small. Fluffy is somehow still hanging in there, though. I don't know how that's going on. But he's still doing it. He got himself a trinket rolling. It's going to be turtle shell. A little bit late though, maybe. Doesn't have a lot of heals to work with. Needs to peel back and let that pet give him a heal. Needs to get in hots from his pet right now. ASAP. Spirit Mend. Storm stun coming out by Joker. Spirit Man is coming out. Fluffy is going to be able to have a little bit more survivability, but you really got to start looking at maybe getting some CC onto Joker right now. So far, he's just been backpedaling the whole time. And Joker is, it looks like he's almost having a hard time closing out the game. I guess maybe that goes for the Spirit Man healing, right? That's pretty good healing. That's pretty good. And now he goes. Alright, Joker. Taking the first one out on his team. On Team Joker, we also have La, we also have Prox, we also have Hamburger and Dumpling on Team Red. We have Carry, we got Raven in the back, and we got Remuro. But we're going to have Janesar going up first, flying up in the air. Joker is going to piece it out of there to behind one of the pillar, behind one of the statues. Wait, that's a Ra, Anubis. I know someone else. I don't know the bull. I don't know the bull. I know the Ra and I know Anubis. That's about all. It's gonna be, well, probably they have a different name in WoW lore, right? But either way, it's gonna be a Joker popping in a little bit of the IBF, not Lichborn. And as he goes for a big old death strike, look at it, look at that epic, man. He's gonna get hit with and imprisoned. Darkness coming down on Janesar. He's actually gonna get interrupted as he gets into an IBM with that or a cyclotronic. And Joker summoning zombies from a distance. That's a move we didn't see before. He actually has zombies walking at Janesar right now from the back. What? Metamorphosis right now. I-beam coming out. Actually shredding through those zombies. They literally have 5 health. Those zombies literally have 5 health. Joker, what is that move? That's his trump card, dude. He didn't reveal his cards until later. While Immolation Aura is up, James is basically immune to the zombies. Going to be gripping him down before he flies up in the air. Joker's still in the bad spot. The zombies are walking at him. They're going to do percentage damage. One, slap it in. And get a second stun too, dude. That's actually quite a lot of damage from zombos, man. Janesar got himself Immolation Aura, so he's actually immune to it for a second. Joker is just not looking that good right now. He's just trying to kite the team without around while Immolation Aura is up. Needs to get himself some death strikes. And down he goes, dude. Bold move, Cotton. Didn't pay off, though. Very sad to say. Didn't pay off. The zombies are quite a fun strategy, but they literally have 5 health. I was doing some classic Ash run, which is the brawl for this week. And there's a Death Knight summoning armies of these zombies. I'm like, dude, they have 5 health. Pistol shot, pistol shot, pistol shot. I feel like Van Helsing. Next is going to be Janesar versus MML Prox. Bash coming out onto Janesar. And Prox is going to go for a big setup. He doesn't get quite the same setup, quite the same presence as Snoopy on his damage. Double Crucible usually hurts when it comes to Snoopy. But Prox got himself quite a decent setup regardless. Going to be losing some of the Prox with the undulating tides. And Janesar is going to steal a buff from Prox while he's got it for a moment. Gonna hit him for Crucible though. Stun to follow. Prox does still have a trinket. Janesar does not have I-beam though. So he's actually gonna bail out him for a second. Trying to get a cyclotronic in. Gonna be interrupted on a channel, not the cast. So he's not gonna be able to get he's not gonna be able to get another one going for about 2 minutes. I-beam up and running right now, and Prox is gonna have to fight with the demon himself. Not really looking that good on health. Might have to pre-wall this a little bit early. Is gonna put some bleeds into Janesar, trying to play the proc game. Play into his name, MML Prox, Janesar. Needs to find the Feral ASAP. Does Feral Rush pass him? And I would think Feral Rush would take him out of stealth, but I guess it doesn't. And Prox is going to get a big old bite. Stun to Prox right now. If Janesar has a good setup right here, he could do it. Doesn't have I-beam. That's going to be a wall for Prox. Panicked. Panic wall here. Should have pre-walled that stun in case. Because if you had an I-beam, you could have just shredded through you. Half your health, and then a stun. I-beam to follow. Huge amount of haste. Like, that would be it, man. Couple of annihilates to follow. That would be insane. But like I said, Janesar is still alive and kicking. Gonna be thorns up and running for Prox. Janesar is actually gonna fly up in the air and get a couple Fel Lances onto Prox while he's up in the air. I probably would have cutted him out in the open, maybe to that corner. Or that corner. Where there's no pillars or nothing. And then dispel the thorns. Actually, it doesn't matter if you dispel the thorns. But put him out there, imprison him. We'll hit him with a stun. Fly up in the air. Pew, 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 pew. Barrage him with those Fel Lances. Although that would probably be the worst sound effect. Like a pew 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 pew. What is it, Star Wars? Gonna be an opener by Prox. Big bite on Janesar. He needs to get himself some more defensive going immediately. I-beam coming out. Maybe can get some big damage into Prox. Okay, he waited for a second. He hesitated. He kind of pulled back for a second. Like, wait, is Prox gonna trinket? Wait, no trinket? Huh? Oh, what? And Prox is doing just fine. Janesar, though, he's just melting slowly but surely. Not quite the biggest bleed playstyle we've seen today. But he is still taking quite a bit of that bleed damage regardless. It's just not looking that good for him right now. Full bite coming out by Prox. Does drop darkness down in order to avoid that bite. And is going to get himself a little bit of crucible. Needs to get himself... Is he going to fly up in the air? Is he going to do what I told him? Wait, is he actually doing my strat? To cut him way out in the corner and then going to fly up on the guy? Need to probably hit him with a glaive or something just to take it, to make sure he doesn't get a rear stealth. No, he doesn't even need to. Still going to be an open about Prox regardless. Janesar not going to have a trinket until 12 seconds in. So he's going to be behind a little bit, getting him with a rune of distance. And Prox is hoping that his bleeds spark a little bit of damage from all his other abilities. I-beam coming up for Janesar. Maybe he can get a full Metamorphosis up and running. Blur available in 20 seconds. If he can just heal and survive for 20 seconds, trick us out of that stun very, very late. It's actually going to get a stun into Prox right afterwards. Get himself even more resources. Prox going to go in bear form. Get himself a big renewal. Metamorphosis coming out for Janesar. Is he going to meet Prox on the other side? Try to see if he can juke out the Feral. The Feral got the mobility though. 6 minutes in. 11% dampening. And so far Prox does land a reopener on Janesar. Shortest reopener, however, needs to remove those thorns immediately. Does dispel the thorns. Shortest stun onto Prox to follow them. Maybe in a prison. If he has in a prison, he's going to get himself I-beam rolling, which does extend the meta a little bit longer. If he can just stay on Prox as best as possible, he's going to get himself quite a bit of healing off of that. Prox wall and that Cyclotronic at the very end of it, though, is getting himself Crucibles for a bit of a heal. Janesar running out of cooldowns completely. All he has is range from above, and I don't think he has a lot of health to really work with. This bash could end him right here. Does he have enough? He actually does have enough for those shreds, and does take down the Demon Hunter. I think he just auto-attacked to death at the end, actually. Bleeds, auto attacks, maybe some other attack. First guy down for team, actually the second guy down for Team Red. And Raven is going to have to look for a Feral. It's going to be a bit of a stealth game for a bit, boys. 7 minutes in. It's going to be a long game, well, honestly. Demon Hunter's Stone, you think so? I thought he did pretty well. He didn't face against Prox ever. Prox does play a very sustained heavy playstyle. Like, Prox does a lot of healing. Right? Let's be honest. Prox has a very heal heavy playstyle. Not as much damage focus, but rather outlasting the enemy. So in a battle of attrition, healing versus leech, yeah, healing wins. Raven popping in cloak right now as he's unloading damage into Prox. Is that a full vendetta? I don't think it's even full vendetta. Prox is going to get himself a little bit of a heal while in barrel form, got himself renewal up and running, and Raven has evasion rolling. But he's super slowed down though. He cannot catch up to Prox. Or he's not super slowed down, he just doesn't have a sprint to catch up. Gonna be Prox trying to see if he can catch an open onto Raven. Is trying to get away from the good road. Does put a bleed on the guy. The bleeds and Crucible might be enough here to do enough damage to Raven. Trying to see if he can catch a reopener on the Rogue. Is he able to? He does get it. That's gonna be trinket out of the Rogue Raven. It's gonna be bash onto Raven right after with a Crucible to follow. Does he have a root? Thorns are up, kidney shot coming out. Raven has actually got himself dead. Poor Raven! I thought he was going to have an easier time with him, but nope. Doesn't look like it's going to be happening. Russian Demon Hunter doesn't get any worse than that. Oh, come on, dude. He was playing really well last time. Come on. What are you talking about? You know, I'm like, yeah, I'm with the Russians, man. I know how you guys are. On the EU, you guys hate worse than against Russians and BGs. The pre-mates that they do apparently are nuts. I'll give them that. They play really well in like a group. But on average, most Russians are basically like NA Ragnaros players. They're usually not that good and can be toxic. Janes, on the other hand, is actually pretty good, and he's not even that toxic. He doesn't go flagging people. Not that toxic. It's actually pretty good. At least I think so. Remover getting opened up on by procs. Full bleeds up and running. Bash full, a big old bite. And Remover might just honestly say goodnight because he's just hitting right into those thorns. He doesn't reflect, but he does not get a big old rampage into those thorns. Actually melted himself. Rimuru. Your guild name is Refused. I think you should change to Confused. What? He had Reflect, but he didn't have Rampage for that Reflect. So you started using abilities like, what, Raging Blow, which is like, it's not going to reflect nearly as effectively. So by the time he got a Rampage off, he didn't have Reflect by then. Oh, that was rough. Maybe I just had the Feral with the Fear on the AFK. Gonna be insta trinket out of carry, not letting Prox even get a modicum of a bleed on him before the game starts. It's gonna have a little bit of that Underrod healing for him, which is quite nice. Quite good for him. He's gonna have a hard time with Feral, so is gonna have a little bit of a hard time. Although, ooh, does AoE out Prox playing those mind games? Thorns are up and running. If he can get a big old rampage right now, that'd be huge. Is gonna charge in. Does he get a rampage? He does not. Backs away. Fear on the Prox. He does have a trinket. That's gonna be recklessness right now. Get himself a huge rampage, huge damage opportunity, but carry does get hit with a bash right after. Prox is gonna get as much dots into carry with the root to fall and not gonna be able to do much about that. As Prox gets some freebie damage, at least be glad that the Feral, this Feral at least, doesn't have the most amount of damage when it comes to bleeds. And Carry actually forced the trinket out of Prox with that Stormbolt as he was getting around the corner. Prox didn't want to send that Stormbolt forever. This is going to get himself a bit of a hot or two. Carry's continuing to slow Prox as best as possible. If Carry could just get into those rampages, he can actually just do so much damage. A single Stormbolt, big old Rampage setup, and it's going to be reflective right now. Does he have a big old Rampage? It's actually going to be a bit of a Blade Storm. Actually still doing a lot of damage to himself. It's going to be Enrage Regeneration right now. Won't be able to use it for a heal unless... Nope, that's going to be Roots out of the Feral. That's going to be his one big defensive out of the way. Commanding Shout, gone. Barely has any health. He's having to go for Whirlwinds while he's got it. Does he have a trick coming up soon? Going to be opened up by Prox. Got out of it with a human racial. What? The Dublin try to get a throw at Carry? What the hell? Oh, what? He hit Reflect. That Crucible should have killed him. Hello? He had Reflect for the Crucible. That shouldn't have hit him. Okay. There it is. Crucible goes through Reflect. Really? Crucible is weird. Because as Marksman Hunter, you can hit somebody with a Scatter Shot and Crucible them back to back. Crucible through Reflect apparently, huh? Didn't know it was a thing. Learn something new every day, boys. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's how it played. There's nothing you could have done there at that point. There's actually nothing you could have done there. Because I thought like that was BS. That's not how that should work, but... You can't reflect it? Or you can't reflect it, no. Apparently. Does it go through Cloak? I don't think so. I don't think it does. Now I want to test it. I don't think it does. You gotta go through a bunch of fun, keep it up. I'd get real shaking, man. Appreciation, my dude. You can have a man scatter shot and have 40 people Crucible a guy with that scatter breaking. Dude, that'd be so cool. Imagine if you had a full raid of 40 people. You scatter somebody, everybody Crucibles them at the same time. Doesn't go through Cloak. I would love to see everybody get like a 3-stack Crucible, right? So the next Crucibles are gonna be the strongest. 100 just decides, scatter shot this guy. Book. Everybody Crucibles them. You would take damage, but even the dot alone, just the next tick while you're in that scatter, melted you. That'd be so good to watch. You can reflect any Azeroth power? Really? Okay. Huh. Interesting. I feel like it would be able to. But... I can understand why they would make it so that ability isn't reflectable. Like, it deals magic damage, so it's like any ability that you can throw out at somebody that does magic damage. So let's say you're a melee class, and you use an ability like a warrior. You're a melee, right? Azeroth ability. For a warrior, is that a spell? Should that be reflectable? Do you need to have a weapon? You know, stuff like that. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. I don't know. Maybe on Life Force, back to the thing that you can summon. Oh, like the Rock Boy, like reflect that. Maybe you could reflect that. I could see it. I know you can interrupt it. But yeah. Should we do any 1v1s? Is there somebody that really is jonesing for a 1v1? Tasty asked something about a 1v1 earlier. We can do that because Rowan doesn't have a group. Nerf Lucio and Night Raven could just play against each other all day, I guess. But that wouldn't be the variety we want. But so let's do some 1v1s if anybody has any. If we don't, well then I got pizza waiting for me, so I'm perfectly okay with that. I can do 1v1 as Boomy. You think so? Who would you want to duel as a Boomkin? I want to get a good 1v1, man. I want to see like a really good one. Nah, I'm done. I suck. Alright, shit. It's all good, my man. It's all good. Because Tasty said he wants to 1v1 somebody, but Tasty versus Boomy, I feel like there's just going to be a stomp. I don't think there's anything a Boomkin can do against an elemental shaman. You know? Dude, I still remember when I first time saw Tasty back in Legion, Elemental Shaboy. I think he was the first Elemental Shaboy to join Duels. And I was like, you know what? I think Elemental Shamans are behind, and I think they kind of suck. So we gotta hopefully get Tasty to go against somebody who's really easy to go up against. And then Tasty went up against like a Shadow Priest or something easy at the time. And I was like, wow, it was really good. And then Tasty went up like against a monk and one shot him. I was like, wait a second. Wait a second. Is Elemental Shaman Biss? And sure enough it was. Since then, we had so many videos with Tasty. Elemental Shaman God! Call good survival hunter. Big Max! Hey yo, can someone get Big Max on the phone? It's EU. He's probably asleep, dude. EU NA, today is EU. Tomorrow, Saturday, is for the boys. Saturday is NA. I probably never beat an Elemental or a Monk. Yeah. Boomies have it hard. I think the only Boomkin that actually had her closest matches was Hamburger. But it's a struggle and a fucking half, dude. He's got gear to make it happen, too. That's hard. He's doing threes? Ah, it's okay. It's okay. That works out. Yeah, oh, that guy's always welcome, though, man. Always welcome. Alrighty, boys. I guess we'll just call it here, man. I'm hungry, too, dude. I've been hungry for quite a bit. Do I have to resist using a feral every duel? Dal, do you know what I have to resist from using the feral every duel? You should play him sometime, Rowan. You should just play Bloodthirsty and Lingering Spore Paws. Just play it. See what happens. You know what I mean? But thank you guys so much for coming by to the stream. It's been a good bit of duels today. I had a lot of fun, man. I hope you guys did too. Had a blast, to be honest. Who is this guy? What the fuck is that? I didn't watch this dude. I watched this dude walk. He walked from here. Now he's walking here. He's just walking. This is literally roleplay walking. See him? Is this motherfucker? Is this motherfucker? Why are you walking? You damn role player. What's with your short shorts? You damn role player. That's actually a cool mog though. Does he know that I'm there? I don't think he should, right? I'm invisible. He shouldn't see me, right? It looked like he was stopping for a second. Never went. Never went anywhere. Gonna get a beauty tag for a second. Dalaran hashtag 1240. Wait, what's the watch this end, please? Yep. The ends. Here we go. Is that good enough? Hopefully. Alrighty, boys. Thank you so much for coming by to the stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys had a good one. And I'll see you boys next stream, alrighty? I'm gonna get some food. I'm gonna go chill out. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Now we won't go back home today, until the very last hour. We still got few more days to slay, it's gonna get so much louder. Now we're here to take control over your body and over So we're gonna take back everything and lose it all. Lose it all. Lose it all. Feel it in your arms. Feel it in your legs. Feel it on your fingertips and feel it in your head. Just let your body go. Just let your body go. Just let your body go and move to the rhythm. I wonder what went wrong today. Why do I feel like I linger? Linger between the words you say. To say the words you remember.